Hi, chat.
Hey, wow.
I'm trying to survive, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I didn't unmute myself on my stream deck because oh my god. Hi chat.
Wow.
Nice one.
Nobody
Ah,
heard you talk about your raging, homophobia.
not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Not today.
Oh my god. Welcome Sly, welcome Tape, welcome Leo, welcome Farrell, welcome Mike. How is everyone doing?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for
Hmm.
asking.
Dog brain moment. Well, you know, the chart is out.
Yeah.
Boomer dog. Not entirely wrong.
No, it's not wrong at all, actually.
I don't know why the model's having a heart attack, but you know. It's fine.
Yours, right?
Mine, yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. We already knew that, though. Exactly. Otherwise, chat.
Indeed.
Oh, my God. We have a big night.
That we do.
I
Do we
honestly
really?
may have overloaded the docket.
I think that's, that might be a you thing that you
It's a
did.
me thing, yeah. Because every time I look at the docket, I'm like, oh my God, there's literally too much.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
So. But we have the important things, and that's what matters. And just always reminds me of Blink 182. I have no idea what that is. It is a very big night. Big night for big dog. Exactly. Oh. How was your Tuesday week? Besides, I know Akko got his teeth pulled, so.
I'd say I'm doing pretty good.
I got my teeth pulled.
Temp is not old
Oh,
enough for Blink 182. It's a band. I know.
oh,
I figured.
that sneeze hurt a little bit.
It's been a wild news week. Yeah, there's been a bit. Some kind of like potential highlights that we're gonna have. The Yunyun syndrome, Final Fantasy XIV, a little tiny bit of Warframe. Sony
Oh, that's right. There is a bit of Warframe, isn't there?
shoving their foot where it doesn't belong. Again. Yeah, it's just it's a lot.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed news. We got the announcement of Alien Isolation 2 today. We've gotten a pseudo announcement of Hogwarts Legacy 2 this week. It's just, oh my god. Ha.
That's right. I forgot about that. So now,
I was excited for
um,
Alien Isolation 2, but now I'm skeptical because they announced they're using Unreal Engine 5.
Is there repeated audio?
Is there?
is there two of me, chat? You can be honest.
I don't think there's repeated audio. I can't hear it.
I can't. No, I can't. I can't get it.
Okay.
I don't
Sounds
hear
fine.
it.
Okay,
No.
good. On one gripe with Warframe is that its dreads are very ugly. Yeah, well, dreads
Wait,
are usually
what?
ugly anyway, in my opinion.
I guess I didn't see the news from it.
From what?
Because mostly everybody, not everybody. I get one or two people occasionally who's like, I wish you played Warframe. And I'm like, I wish that I had the want to play Warframe. I'm sad that I can't help you right now.
Yeah. No, it was me wait on X and YouTube. Ah, okay, fair. Fair. I see 3 of you. Well, there are 3 of us.
Hi, how you doing?
The audio did sound kind of fuzzy for a while. When I have the mixer, so because I'm planning to get the Elgato mixer when they release the new one, the Pro model. Some audio stuff is going to change, if not improve entirely, because it's harder to mess with it when I'm using an Elgato microphone through a Fifine mixer.
Yeah.
Darsky with the raid.
Oh, nice.
Welcome,
Nice.
Darsky. Quick, how many fingers am I holding up? 15.
Yes.
15. Hold on. I'm going to do this with my model real quick. See if we can just kind of balance it out. I'm alert for taco time. Fair. Understood.
Oh, game crash.
Game crash. What were you playing?
I was playing Kenshi.
Back in the mood for that then.
Yep.
I am not playing anything right now, although I think I know where I'm probably going to start playing soon.
What is that?
Come on, you should know. Maybe.
Pragmata?
Depends. No, I don't own
Final Fantasy
Pragmata.
14?
No, he's talking
Yeah,
about
probably 14.
Okay.
Tell Magma to get Beep, he's cold and lonely. I am a holy nation citizen right now.
Here we
Beep
go.
is out of the question.
There we go. I'll make Magma's model bigger.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I will fully admit when I watched the 14 live, not live letter, the fan fest. Oh my god. Very excited.
Things were revealed.
Yeah, things were revealed. How about we get started then? Let me open up.
You two are gonna have to explain like everything Final Fantasy to me because I know nothing.
I mean,
No,
that's fine.
Temp is going to have to
Yeah,
explain
I'm
it.
gonna have to explain everything, and that's fine.
Okay.
That is fine. I have no problem doing that. Boop. Oh, right. That. Well, chat, we finished the goal. We hit 1,000 last night. We did actually cross the 1,000 sub marker last night. Shota Boy's bigger than the Gyaru heresy. Here, I can make Akko bigger.
Oh, are you making me smaller on purpose?
Well, I wanted... No, it wasn't on purpose. Well, okay. It was on purpose, but I wanted it to fit...
Oh, it was on purpose. Wow.
I wanted it to fit with the news. So, like, having your model, like, at the same size as Magma might allow things to fit better on the screen. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Congrats on 1K, dog. Thank you. What that does mean, I actually kind of want to clarify this for chat. What this does mean is monetization is now turned on. Meaning, YouTube is going to start pushing advertisements. Do with that information what you will.
What he's saying, chat, is he asked YouTube to be heavily aggressive on its ads. So if you see an ad every 5 minutes, that's why.
Okay, here's the thing. There actually is a thing to like, oh, do you want to run ads every 6 minutes? And I'm like, no. Absolutely not. So, yeah, I've gotten a few ads. Yeah, I do apologize for that. Sadly, it's YouTube's decision where those are going. I would watch on Brave for no ads, but then I can't participate in live chat. What do you mean you can't participate in live chat? I do.
I participate in live chat, and I'm using Brave.
Yeah, so am I. Ads on YouTube since when? Fed dog. If you want to run ads every 5 minutes, is what you're saying? Platforms. I'm on Brave. I can see chat. Yeah. Brave mobile blocks chat. See, that I do believe.
Oh. I would literally just say PC.
Yeah.
Just get on PC, I guess.
Fuck you, PC all the way.
Oh, Dark Nomad for the 5 gifted. Dark Knight Nomad for the 5 gifted. I greatly appreciate it.
It's not even Nomad, it's Gnomed.
Gnomed. There's not much but here. I mean, anything is appreciated.
Indeed.
Skill issue, Magma. Yeah. I got you up on my computer for watching, on my phone for chat, so I can be lazy and lay down. Also, mood. Slive Maverick for the 10 gifted. Thank you very much. All the new... It's Demon backwards. Oh. You know what? Yeah, I actually see it now. Okay. Understood. Okay, so how about we get into some of the news tonight?
That would be nice. Yeah.
So actually, we're talking about this right now because this happened. No, we'll talk about that later with Yunyun syndrome. I realize it's probably more fitting for the Yunyun syndrome situation. But Ben Starr opened his mouth this week.
I heard about that.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
I only learned about this today. Let me get this up
What
on
happened
screen.
today?
I don't know why this isn't up on screen, but we'll get it up on screen now. Extraction 33's Ben Starr says video games don't need TV or movie adaptations, stating, if it means more people can play video games, the better, but I don't think video games need to justify their existence by being TV shows. They are great because they are games.
Thank you.
Based.
I agree.
Absolutely based. And he's right. Like, I'm happy we have like movie adaptations for something like Sonic or Mario. I think they're big enough where they can justify it. But we don't need a video game adaptation for literally everything under the sun, which is what Hollywood is doing because they know their own shit is failing.
It is failing.
Is it because they're failing or because they want to capitalize off of what they think is something that's
both?
easy?
Hollywood itself is failing, so they're trying to grab the video game adaptations to try and pull in more gamers to watch their shit.
Any idea they can get is an idea they don't have to make.
Correct.
I just put something in the side chat for you.
Why? Why do you hurt me mentally like this, Occo?
What did you put in side chat?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No. No. But for chat's eyes.
I'm sorry, chat.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
This is Occo. Wiggler's happy about based guy. He is. He's immediately going to be angry about this, though.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Without games
I love
are
that
made.
you showed everybody.
Huh?
I love that you showed everybody.
What's scary is the boxes and boxes of it behind the bag. Yeah, there's more of it than just that one bag. Shock Occo, Chad. Oh. Yeah. Ew. Does anyone remember the Dragon Ball Z Hollywood movie that came out? Yes, Dragon Ball Evolution is a pile of steaming horse shit, and I'm going to make Occo watch it one day.
Watch what?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, probably not.
No, I'm going to make you watch it one day.
Probably not. I'll be busy that day.
You just decided you're going to be busy that day. You don't know what day that is, but you are immediately
what day are you
busy.
gonna do it? Whatever day it is, I'm busy that day.
I'm gonna talk to Mizu real quick. Tomorrow is Monday.
Hey Mizu, I'm busy.
Well, no. So, ironically, it would be better to take Akko through some of Dragon Ball first, at least the original, and then have him watch the movie so he can see just how bad the movie is. Because if you go into Evolution with no context of what Dragon Ball is, then you're like, it's not.
I'm good.
Horrible.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm good.
Chow Yun Fat is the actor for Roshi. Speaking of streaming pilots, I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter later this year. Watch Beerus, then Evolution. No, we need to watch the original, then Evolution. Because Evolution is a retelling quotation marks, of the original anime.
I'm good.
I don't mean like Z, I mean the original. So, I don't know. Ben Starr, I think Ben Starr is pretty based for this opinion. But he also doesn't open his mouth very often. Like, when he does, he's being a shitster. Like, for the funnies. But otherwise, he's not really doing much of anything. They got great actors for Evolution, but the script was so fucked. Yep. Exactly. Crazy that the Star Wars Holiday Special and Dragon Ball Evolution are considered tame in terms of how bad they appear compared to more recent shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame. Okay. So Akko wasn't around for this last night. I saw this and I about wanted to lose my shit. Noir7774 for 5. You should watch the Dragon Ball movies that are free on YouTube. No, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, I agree.
I'm good. I'm busy that day.
Thank you, Noir. So, you've both heard about what happened with Shrek 5, right?
With the leak, yeah.
Okay. Akko.
No.
Okay. So, my time... Oh, why did that go to that one? I think I clicked on that one, and that's fine. My time to shine, Hello, who was the guy that leaked the Shrek 5 movie. Like, the kind of, like, what was going on for a bit was Zendaya. Basically said, after I leaked that Zendaya was set to star as Shrek and Fiona's daughter, it forced DreamWorks to reveal it with a first teaser. And apparently, after I leaked the plot, they delayed the film to change it. So because of that, I'm going to reveal the original story for Shrek 5, and then I'll reveal the updated plot, because I don't believe they dare delay and change it again. Right?
Depending if it's bad, and public perception of it would be bad.
So, the original script for Shrek 5. The original version of Shrek 5 begins right after the end of Shrek 1. Lord Farquaad, after being swallowed by the dragon, discovers a magical object inside of her stomach just before being digested. When he touches it, he's transported to the real world, where he lives for years, and eventually becomes the owner of a Universal-style theme park centered around Shrek. Meanwhile, in Far, Far Away, Shrek's daughter Felicia is preparing to attend a magic college. She's practicing her spells and trying to impress her dad, who keeps brushing her off. In an attempt to prove she'll be a great mage, she tries a new spell, but it backfires, sending her, Shrek, and Donkey into the real world. Now stranded, they try to find a way back, but Felicia doesn't know how to reverse the spell. Along the way, they encounter Farquaad and learn only the magical object that brought him there, realizing it might be their only way home.
This is not a Shrek movie. This is a Disney movie.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
It's bad.
It's very bad.
What you have read to me is a Disney movie, and what you've also read to me breaks the canon of the Shrek timeline, because it has been shown that Farquaad died twice. Once when he got eaten by the dragon, the second time in one of the specials when his ghost got killed again by the same dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That fucker is dead.
Wow, college and time travel in one terrible package. I'm so sick of Zendaya and everything. She can't act for shit. She really can't.
She's only okay at best, I believe.
Yeah. Live action Shrek isn't real. He can't hurt you.
She's just the next thing,
Pedro Pascal
basically. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I like some of her stuff, but like not really.
Yeah. Like, she's not horrible. I'd rather have other people, but I'd rather her over Pedro. But that's not really a high bar.
Yeah.
Paint by numbers, but worse, so they're going to bring him back. I mean, that was the idea. Maybe not. She did marry Tom Holland. She did marry Tom Holland. Yes, that is very true. She did. What happened last night was crazy. Yellow Flash's Flashcast was taken down because of showing firearms in stream. The panel was watching a news broadcast that was itself being live streamed. Yeah, well, YouTube's AI is a pile of crap.
Indeed.
And YouTube refuses to do anything about it. So, that time I got eaten by a dragon, I got reincarnated as a theme park owner.
I mean, if the thing is, if they're going from The Last Wish, the Puss and Boots movie, to this, you're going to have everyone hate it.
I want to. Oh, sorry, finish.
Because of the bar you have set with The Last Wish is so high, you need to at minimum meet it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to know where on the Shrek cinematic universe timeline this is.
I hate that you have to say it like that, and yet it's so true.
Yeah.
Nerdy as an accountant for thank you for ripping your membership for 2 months. I do greatly appreciate it.
How does Puss in Boots fit in the pot? He literally was there just to announce that, hey, they're working on a Shrek movie.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Apparently to the script, that's it.
What is even the appeal of Zendaya? I don't think she's a Nepo baby. I don't know, actually.
She's just an everything nowadays.
She is just.
Oh, welcome, Ava Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Ava. How was the Walking Dead Keebler raid? We love Keebler raids. Thank you for the raid and cookies.
Move Discord.
Oh, she's a Nepo baby. Or, you know, we could not have Shrek 5. So here's the thing. So someone, I was talking to, I forget who it was last night that said it, because I read this last night in a private call. And we're like, so this sounds like someone is intentionally trying to get Shrek as a franchise killed.
That was me.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, there we go. Even better. If that was the case, they could have just ended it. If they wanted it dead, you literally could just end it.
They did end it with Shrek Forever After. That was the ending. That was a good ending. But they made Puss in Boots announce a new Shrek movie.
Yeah.
And the Puss in Boots movie was so good.
And wasn't it also revealed that Felicia, the only daughter of Shrek, had blue eyes, and in the picture that daughter has brown eyes?
Indeed.
I don't know. So here's the thing. I've actually never even finished Shrek 1.
Oh. Okay, before you show Akko Dragon Ball, you're watching Shrek.
I mean, I started watching it, and then I just turned it off. So I don't really have much of a comment on this, of like where it could go, because I just
sounds bad.
Don't. Yeah, this sounds bad. Just on principle, this sounds bad.
Listen, Shrek was fine after 4. Making another one is just bad.
Yeah, the order you watch Shrek is 1, 2, and Forever After.
Same thing with Toy Story. Why is there a 5th movie? Okay, maybe a hot take. I don't mind there's a 5th movie, but I feel like Woody as a character should be done and gone. Because with the 4th movie, he fucked off. His story was done. But they can't do that because it's Tom Hanks. Because they don't want to rely on Tim Allen running the show. So
Toy Story should have ended with 3.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna be honest.
I agree. Mag was using the Jack Films method for watching Shrek.
There is no 3rd movie. It's 1, 2, and Forever After.
Woody's
Pretty
now
much, yeah.
balding with a beer belly. So Tom Hanks. I never met someone that watched 3 or remembers it. Yeah, Tim's to the right of Mao politically. Yeah, he is. And that's why Disney, the only reason they've not recasted him in other things is because they know that Tim Allen as an actor is too big to remove for political reasons.
Not even for political reasons, it's for recognizability.
Right, but he's very much on the Republican side, like leaning. Like,
no, I'm aware of that, but he's too much of the character. It's like trying to recast Iron Man, but you change someone that's not Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. So, Toy Story 3 is a retelling of The Walking Dead. Yeah. Fair. Anyway, so that was that. And then this happened this week, and I'm confused.
What happened this week?
So Hazbin Hotel got announced for a 5th and final season.
They're basically saying that season 5 is going to be the last one.
Right. Here's my problem with this. Where are seasons 3 and 4?
They're working on them. They just wanted to say that that's the last season, basically.
Right, but
The way you portray how you announce your stuff is how people would see the show, and seeing
Yeah.
how it says, "Hey, we're just skipping season 3 and 4, going straight to 5," does not put a good taste into a lot of people's mouth, including mine.
yeah, like if you
They
wanted
should have
to,
said, "Hey, we greenlit season 3, 4, and 5. We're ending on 5."
yeah, no, if they said that, it would be like, okay, cool, that's fine. But the fact there, like, there never was anything said like, oh, season 3 and 4 are also coming. It's just, hey, you have season 1 and 2, and then season 5 is coming, and that's the end. It's like, what? I mean, fine, but how are you? What? Like,
Again, I think that this is just them saying, "Hey, we're going all the way up to season 5."
yeah, well, I would say I hope, but I started watching it and then I did not make it very far. I do need to sit down with it again and try and make it my way through it, but I'm just like, I got to do this with several indie quotation marks indie animation shows.
After they recasted everyone from the beginning, I decided I'm never going to watch it, so I'm not going to watch it. I don't care for the show.
Was this a badly timed leak? No, this is on the official channels. This was officially announced. Hazbin Hotel final season, last chapter's the end. Our Tomos for $1.99. I appreciate it. If I can watch it, then you can watch it. I know I can watch it. It's just, this is part of a similar reason why I haven't watched anime in a while, is because I like to focus on it. Like when I'm watching something new, I like to pay attention to the story. But then I'm like, well, if I'm watching it, I can't do something else. Like if I don't know, it's weird. Honestly, they could end this easily with a third season. 5 seems obnoxious for an already very obnoxious show. Just randomly skip seasons to mess with people. So the way I described this to someone else, and I basically said, watch them say that, like, does anyone know how the release schedule was for season 2?
No, I watched it after it came out.
Okay. So some shows, I actually use Sonic Prime as the example here, because Sonic Prime is technically on Netflix considered 3 seasons, even though it is only 1 season. So what does that mean in terms of this? Is every release cycle of like season 1 and 2 considered a season? So is this technically considered season 3, but according to Amazon's release schedule of Hazbin Hotel, is this considered season 5?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's a very weird way of looking at it, but these platforms do like to use it as a way to be like, for like advertising. And it's annoying. Is this a show where a fan base is overly obsessed with every character's sexuality? I have no idea.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Granted, some of the characters already have ships. The main character is a lesbian.
Shocker.
I mean, she is the princess of hell.
Yeah.
Oh, there are jokes I could make right now.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens here, but like I'm sure people are like what are you doing? Like,
Again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think they're just saying, "Hey, we are going all the way till season 5."
They should have just said we greenlit 3 more seasons.
yeah, exactly. Internet Master for 10. Temp hasn't seen Shrek 1. If you had a shot collar on, I would shock you for being so uncultured. Also, Hazbin Hotel should have 6 seasons just to avoid the 5-season curse caused by Stranger Things. I mean, fair. I can't deny that. Yeah. It's not that I haven't seen Shrek 1. I've not finished Shrek 1. I did start it.
Finished Shrek 1?
No. For similar reasons, ironically, that I never finished Hazbin Hotel. I don't think I've ever even started episode 3.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just figured that's interesting to consider. I should watch it. It seems like something I'd like despite the flaws. Yeah. But in the same vein of this, is it Vivi or Vivienne or whatever?
Vivzy Pop.
Vivzy Pop? Okay. They've announced a new show
Yes.
Another one?
called
Yes, this is apparently-
Zoophobia.
No, this
Okay.
is apparently a show that's based off of an older show of theirs.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
You
I see someone there.
Yeah, I see someone there too.
What?
I see Alistair in that picture.
No, not Alistair.
It's not Alistair?
No.
Man,
I forget his name, but he's the gay motherfucker.
Yeah.
Akko commented on this, and I basically said, "Oh, I can't wait for another wave of furries to exist."
They already exist.
I'd
This
say
fandom
another-
will just get reignited.
I'd say they're there. All they would do is just bring them up to the surface to get bullied on the internet again.
Yeah, that pretty much.
Angel does, thank you.
So, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know. I don't really care for it, but you know,
Is it gonna
to
be
each their own, I guess.
under Amazon again?
Temp enjoys sharing his sanic misery. Vivzy Pop's evil plan was to infect the masses with furryism.
Yeah, and devil worship.
I would say I have a comment for that, but I really, really don't. Her cartoons are a Vice engine. It's her character from the Keisha video. A gay furry writes yet another series about gay furries. As gay furries tend to do.
That is a good joke for it. Good representation.
So this is the new lower quality Lola Bunny. Maybe.
The thing about Lola Bunny is everyone remembers Lola Bunny. Not everyone knows about this.
If you're going to look at any of Vizzy Pop's like characters that are like in the same level of like popularity that I would say even Lola Bunny is, it's Luna. Easy. Literally, whenever I see anyone talk about her work, no one talks about Hazbin or Hell of a Boss. It is always very specifically Luna. Why that is, I have no idea. Well, besides Luna's popularity in art. Tequila Werewolf, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate it. Too many sparkle dog collar schemes. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. Pretty much. Okay. I guess we might as well talk about it because someone mentioned Sonic and we're talking about furries. Fine.
Oh boy.
We're to talk about it. So we got the cover art for issue 89 of IDW Sonic. And this has sparked some concerns within the community. A lot of them actually I saw out of Mia actually. So
Not a Dogwave without Sonic.
yeah, it really isn't.
It's really Dogwave.
So this was the original art that we got for the issue. Very cool looking. Very, very good. It's very much going to be a Silver and Blaze focused story, which I'm personally excited about because they don't get as much screen time as they should. But when people look at this, like, okay, Silver is probably the main protagonist of this story arc. That's awesome. And then we saw this cover art here, which is just, why is Silver being a bit of a scaredy cat? That doesn't make sense for his character.
It's a cover. Who cares?
That's part of my thing is like, I don't know if he'll be that way in the case of the story, or if this is just for like cover art reasons. But Mia, and what I mean by Mia is Mia Su, the VTuber who was involved in some Sonic related drama a few weeks. Actually, no, it was LGBTQ related drama a few weeks back. You talked to her about it, Akko.
Yes, I think so.
You did. I remember the stream.
So
About this specifically?
no, it was about her original drama,
I was about to say
the one that spiked her popularity up.
Uh-huh.
So she has responded to this, saying, "The more I look at this, the more upset I get. You mean to tell me that a guy who's been all alone in the future many times, with a huge responsibility on his shoulders, and he's scared of ghosts? Or just a wimp while Blaze is seen as the girl boss? I can't stand this with IDW." And then responded again, saying, "Why do people get so angry when criticizing stuff? I've seen what IDW does with Silver. He's the comedic relief in the comics, which sucks." Yeah, he is. When Silver has a really, really good like story arc, he's great. But when he's made to be the comic relief, he's annoying. Now, in either case, I have no problem with either Blaze or Silver being the protagonist of this story arc, because they're both protagonists of their own stories. Like when they were both the focus of their own specific things, they were equally the protagonist of that story. But I can understand a lot of the concern, especially with how IDW Sonic has kind of been, especially in the case of their story writers or like specific artists, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. I have some concerns, especially because this issue is being written by Evan Stanley, who is a very pro, like, she's a blue skyer. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe not. I just kind of wanted to talk about that because it's kind of some drama ish. Not really. I don't know if it's gonna be woke, but to be frank, there's been quite a few of them now, especially if you include UTT group interviews. Akko doesn't remember his own interviews.
It's not that. I just was like, wait, are you telling me that I covered this specific thing?
Right. There was one other thing of Sonic news this week that's got people a little bit curious and concerned at the same time.
Oh, what's that be?
Sega has registered the trademark Sonic Forces in Japan. This is a completely new registration published today, although the reason for it is unknown. Why would you register a trademark for Sonic Forces again?
Remake.
TV show.
Could be a show. It's definitely a remake. It cannot. No. If Sega decides to remake Forces and not 06, something is seriously wrong within the company. Like, seriously wrong.
Imagine they remake 06 and it's actually one of the best Sonic games ever.
Why would they remake it when it's literally like 2 or 3 years old?
Exactly. That's another thing, too, is like, why would they do that? As far as 06, if they released 06 in the style of, like, Unleashed, with its same story, stages, music, etc., people would... Well, I don't know if Unleashed. I'd say more like Adventure 2, but point stands. I think what this is might be a definitive edition. So kind of like how Colors got its definitive edition, Generations got its definitive edition, rumors are Frontiers is getting a definitive edition. I think this only makes sense, that it would be a definitive edition. Whatever the hell that means. 06 was trash. Angry Joe returned his disc. It was so bad. Well, then I guess you all get to watch me play it with a shot collar.
Yeah.
I have not figured out the specifics of that one. I'm probably going to have to buy a 360 for that.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Because as far as the research I've done, emulation on Sonic 06 is not great. There is supposedly a decompiled version in development, but I don't know where that sits because there hasn't been any news on it since it was announced. And that was like 4 years ago. And I could play Project or PO6, but that's not even done yet either. And I feel like part of the reason of setting the goal of I wear the shot collar during 06 is I have to experience 06 in its classic state of being a horribly buggy mess. I think it's only fair that I play it in its original state, which means I throw P06 out the window. That's not happening. So if that is the case, I have it on PS3, but PS3, because of their DHCP bullshit, I'd have to find my splitter, plug my capture card into my splitter, or have like the splitter between the PlayStation and the capture card, and that's just annoying. Or I can go buy a 360, which should just work with the capture card. Because Microsoft wasn't as bullshit as they are now then. Internet Zen Master for 5. Let's be real, Temp. The reason people thirst over Luna is the Crystal Renamon effect. People thirst over dog/dog adjacent Anthros. Yep. On that note, chat. The Sonic model is in the works. I've already confirmed it. I mentioned it before, but I have seen a sketch, and it's very, very good.
I think it looks good too.
Yes, it has to be the shit version. It does. Anything less and it's not authentic. 06 is enjoyably bad. Love messing around with the broken physics and buggy mechanics. I know HDCP. I don't know.
The only good thing that 06 has brought for me is the Game Grumps playthrough of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one I constantly hear people talk about, and it's the playthrough that's to some. Wasn't it? Aka's the one that's the Game Grump nerd here, so I could be wrong. Wasn't that the playthrough they did that kind of broke their community in half?
Which one?
06.
No, that was the one where John left.
Ah, yeah. Well, then technically, my statement's correct because John leaving broke their community.
Yeah, but that's probably not what you were thinking of.
Right.
You're trying to be, well, technically I am correct in this situation when you're not correct.
Yeah, you're not correct, Temp. Technically, you're still not correct.
Fair.
Was John Tron a member of Game Grumps? Yes.
Yes.
I'm only asking because I never actually sat down and watched Game Grumps.
They were good.
As far as my internet knowledge, I'm just kind of like,
It stopped being good after John left.
Yeah.
And after Aaron stopped saying the N-word.
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of streamer is always right. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm happy to to acknowledge I'm wrong. But speaking of Microsoft, they did a fucky again this week.
What did they do this time?
Windows 11 users should be aware that security update KB5083769 has been linked to significant problems on some PCs. Reports include boot loops, blue screen of death crashes, distorted mosaic-like graphics, certain HP and Dell laptops and desktops, particularly with NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti GPUs, appear most affected. Users who are frequently stuck in Windows automatic repair. Microsoft has not yet added this to their known issues list. Suggested recovery options are system restore, startup repair, or using reset this PC if needed.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Good.
So, chat, if you're using Windows 11 and you haven't backed up your data yet, use this as a reminder to back up your data. Why every update to 11? Because their AI runs the show now. There's literally not a human alive on Windows 11 actually working on Windows 11. So, Windows 11 is a piece of shit.
It is, and I'm really afraid to touch it, so...
Yeah, that's why I touch it.
I don't like it. That's all.
So, yeah, make sure you do backups in case this happens to you, because if you need to reset your PC, at least you have your data.
Yeah.
I need to do another backup. It's been a bit.
Backup of your computer.
Yeah,
I think I probably need to eventually.
I might do it tonight. We'll see. I'm only using it because it was pre-installed and I used this box for local AI. That's fair. I primarily used it because most things still only work on Windows, unlike, and I wish I could move to Linux, but at the same time. But actually, I did hear recently that Linux is up to over 5% market share on Steam now.
What do you? Oh, in terms of like
the
how
users.
many people use it?
Yeah, over 5% of all of Steam users that actually show their data to Steam use Linux. That's a pretty high percentage, actually. Obviously, they're not going to eclipse, Windows, but it's pretty good.
Not yet.
No, it never will. Microsoft would have to shit the bed so hard that Windows literally dies. And we're not even remotely close to that yet. It's heading in that direction, but who knows when
if they launch Windows 12 and it actually breaks infrastructure, then you will see massive mass exodus.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, nothing is breaking too much.
Linux has some really good compatibility later by now. You'd be surprised what you can get running these days. Oh, I know. You get a lot running these days. A lot of the problem, at least, especially when it comes to stuff like I do and stuff like maybe like stuff that Magma does, primarily what I do is DRMs or games with DRMs. Linux and DRMs do not play nice. And that is, in fact, that is a tinfoil hat theory that I have, is that they've started seeing more and more people use Linux. So they've started including more and more DRMs with like Denuvo or whatever to try and fight people using Linux. Who knows? I'll switch to Krita for art when I switch to Linux. I use like 2 different art programs for when I do art quotation marks, and that is paint.net and Krita.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think GOG is DRM free. It is.
You mentioning DRM made me remember that the Black Flag remake is going to have DRM in it, and also the fact that it's UE5.
So let's go ahead and talk about that, Zin. Thank you for the nice segue. We had the announcement of, this was kind of leaked a little while ago.
Ubisoft made a joke that this is the least kept secret in gaming.
Yeah.
They recognize that, they fucked up with the leak.
Yeah. So
this isn't the final then?
No. This comes out in like a month.
2 months, I believe in June.
No, I heard May.
No, June. I don't think it's going to be in May.
Okay. So Ubisoft basically showed people like the difference between like original and restored or resynced, because it's like they're using resynced instead of remastered.
It's not a remaster, it's a remake. They changed too many concepts in the game to be a pure just remaster. It's a remake.
Okay.
It looks bad though.
It doesn't look bad. It looks like they tried too hard to try to keep with the core of it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they changed too much of it to be more like the modern Assassin's Creed, but without the quote RPG mechanics of it.
Mm-hmm. And Ubisoft, this could actually be a really big make or break moment for them. Assassin's Creed has been in the shitter for several years now. But Black Flag was the last time that people actually like loved an Assassin's Creed game. Because you had an overall like genuine Assassin's Creed experience. And you had that boat combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a true, like, when people talk Assassin's Creed, they point to 2, they point to Brotherhood, and they point to 4. Those 3 are like on the top of the pedestal when it comes to Assassin's Creed. So, do I think this will be better than the original 4? No.
No, probably not.
You have the highest bars with the original game, and people are already going frame by frame, pointing out everything that's wrong with it.
Yep. Apparently some people have noticed. I did not grab this one because I lost it when I kind of skimmed over and I lost it. Apparently they actually ended up replacing some of the female models in the game with fat black women.
No, not the black. Get rid of the black part.
No, it wasn't black.
No. So the escorts you can hire to distract the guards, they have remade them, and they made them less attractive. Needless to say.
Okay. Which is not great. No matter how well you look at it, it's not great.
No,
now
it's not.
Based on what I've seen, it's gorgeous. This game is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, it does also lose some of its charm because you are playing a pirate game, and pirate games typically tend to be more dark and gritty.
That right there, that combat needs to be reworked because stop it with the flashing, stop it with the slow-mo, stop it with the bright blurs in it.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I do not like that.
Let it be smooth. Let it be smooth. Remove the hint that is, hey, this is when you need to parry. Hey, this is when you can do your insta-kill. Don't treat gamers like babies. Don't treat gamers like DSP. Let people have the freedom to do what they want to do in these kind of action games.
No, I completely agree with that.
And do I think parry system would be better than the original right trigger X to counter? Yeah, I think so. It's more skill to actually initiate a insta-kill and an insta-kill chain, so I would believe that the parry system would be a good addition. It's just in the current iteration that they've shown, it needs to be reworked.
Settings, turn off motion blur. I mean, yeah, honestly, turning off motion blur actually might fix some of that. We'll see.
It's not even the motion blur, it's also the fact that the giant flash and slow-mo.
Right, but some of that does tend to be tied to motion blur nowadays.
Hope it's not.
So actually that might fix it. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about could actually be fixed in just settings.
Hopefully.
But obviously Ubisoft is going to show it like at the max settings. Magma says what we're all thinking. Yeah. Exactly.
But people were saying that they're hoping that not dual blades, hidden blades would be also something you can use, but we just saw everybody using the hidden blades.
Yeah. Like I think overall, at least for me, the only thing that the new version has going over it instead of like the original is the aesthetics. The remake overall is aesthetically just, it's prettier. But I'd rather have less pretty and just a more feature-rich game than something that's like, ooh, look at me, ooh, shiny.
They're sacrificing the stylization for more pretty.
Yeah.
Better lighting, better textures. And that is something people are getting sick of.
Yeah, exactly. Just stopping by to say hi. Have a wonderful, awesome stream and night. Hopefully you've been enjoying some of the stuff I've been quoting, tweeting you in. God bless and much love. Always remember who's awesome. You're awesome. Thanks later. Well, you too, Wizzy. Have a good night.
Huh.
Holy shit.
Today was National Pretzel Day.
Oh. I haven't had a pretzel.
Could have gotten
in
a free
years.
pretzel today.
I haven't had a pretzel in years.
Same. And it's going to be a while before I get one that I can actually enjoy unless it's super duper soft.
Nah, just blend it. Put it in a blender with some water and blend it and drink it.
Dude, Star told me to start blending all my food, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to hate what I'm eating.
Looks like ship combat looks.
Oh yeah, that looks very familiar. Windrose.
Well, Windrose did take liberties from.
No, yeah, I know.
Black Flag. But my thing is, how much do they take from Skull and Bones?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But this could be a nail in the coffin for Ubisoft. If they fail this one...
Look, you can see every time they attack, even if it's not going towards Edward, you see a flash indicating where you need to counter. Get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell, that was obnoxious.
Pretzel smoothie. Gonna start calling you Grandma Occo now.
No.
It looked fucking bad. Why did they kill animation pause mid-strike? Yep. At the end of the day, it plays good. I think people will buy it regardless. Yeah, no, I agree. If it just plays good, then yeah, people will just buy it and play it. And you know what? I don't hope doom and gloom. I hope the game is good. I hope it meets the expectations that people have for this game because of what this game is. I just don't think it will.
Hopefully one of the features they had for the original game, Edward's Fleet, is not actually tied behind Ubisoft, the fucking online Ubisoft thing that they made you do in the original game, because that was annoying that they lock off an entire feature of it.
Mm-hmm. Hurt box for 5. Consume the new caloric drinkable cheeseburger, Akko.
I don't want that. Listen, I'm slowly eating real food again. Just slowly. Oh, excuse me.
As the mighty Reggie says, if the game isn't good, why bother? Agreed. And that's why Capcom's been succeeding lately. Literally all 3 of their games they've released this year have been really good.
Pragmata Requiem, what's the third one?
Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that one because I haven't played it.
Does this mean they might go for a remake of Assassin's Creed 3 too? I doubt it. 3 already got a remaster.
Did it?
Yes. And it was not as well received. 3 was received fairly decently, but not to the degree that 2, Brotherhood, and Black Flag got.
The 3's recognizability in the culture that is Assassin's Creed space is not that well known.
Yep. Even though its setting is fantastic.
The only thing people really remember from 3 is that they killed off Desmond.
Yep. And that was a big turning point of like, why should we care then? He's toothless. He can't chew. I mean, Akko does have the denture.
I can chew. It's just the gums are healing.
Yep. Dragon's
I
dog.
put something in the side chat that maybe it'd be fun to talk about. I don't know.
Sure, we can talk about that real quick. I'll let you kind of take over that since you're the one that talks about Pokemon more lately.
Yeah. Let me pull up the.
So I'll go ahead and read
Pull
it.
up
Pre-orders
page.
for Abyss Eye booster boxes are live on Cat's Collectible TCG for $85. Good opportunity to lock in the current price before the SARs/ARs of the set are revealed in the coming weeks.
Yeah. So this is I don't know how many more sets in the Mega Evolution line they're doing. I can't remember how many they do. I think this is the 5th or 6th. But this is the next one. The Mega Evolution line minus like the base set is my understanding. A lot of people haven't been really happy with a lot of these sets, so it might be like a lot of the previous ones.
Mm-hmm.
But right now you can pre-order the Japanese version that is coming out on May 22nd. So the current one that is coming to America, we're just getting an English release here, literally the exact same month that the next set is releasing.
Mm-hmm.
That one is about to come out. I actually pre-ordered the English version, and I pre-ordered this one because I'm gonna be honest, it'd be fun. I've kind of gone full ham into the Japanese cards because as opposed to getting the English version, where in the English one you're guaranteed 2 reverse hollows and then a hollow.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the box, you're promised to get like a couple of special things. In the Japanese box, you're not really guaranteed to get hollows of anything, but you're guaranteed one special rare or a special illustration rare.
Right.
You're guaranteed at least one per Japanese box, and the Japanese boxes reduce a lot on common card waste. So I kind of want to go with the Japanese ones just because you end up getting more for less.
Right.
And the only difference is the moon runed as opposed to the English language. I'll still buy the English language ones, but I want to buy the Japanese set. And getting
totally
this for $85 as opposed to it'll be over $100 when it finally releases, I think.
Yeah.
But like getting it for that, you're basically getting it at half the price of the MSRP of the English set when it comes out before it gets scalped to hell and back.
Okay.
So, if
Yeah.
people are interested and want to get that, now is the time to get it because it'll come out literally next month.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I'm kind of like weaned myself off of like TCGs and like Warhammer, because they're just such expensive models and other cards, and I'm like, I don't go play TCGs. I don't go play Warhammer. All I'm doing is collecting them, putting them in a thing, and then never looking at them again. I'm like, eh.
I know, but it's like for me, it's like two things. For one, it's like it's cool to have, and then also it's kind of an investment. It's kind of an
Right.
investment because, right now I'm looking at my wall. I have 2 cards that are over $100. I have a couple cards that are worth over $20. And it's just like I'm collecting them, but if one day something happens where I need to liquidate that investment, I can do that, And the
Fair.
cards that are worth over $100, they're just going to go up in value slowly over time as people decide they want more of them. So I'm just gonna hold on to them,
Yeah, absolutely.
My recommendation is for people, don't buy into them thinking you're gonna make $1 million. Buy into something because you like it, and if it ends up that card you bought that was $20 or $30 now is a $500 in the future, well, there you go. Again, that's why I'm glad I got the Latias and the Mega Zygarde.
Mm-hmm.
Just very pretty cards.
Noir for 5. Inhales Copium. I'm still waiting on the surprise Breath of Fire release that's going to happen any day. Right, chat? No. I mean, maybe. You know what? Honestly, I can't say no. Because Capcom is releasing stuff like Mega Man and Okami again. So, I can't say no. And then, I didn't see it earlier, but thank you, Avenge, for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. I hope your raid or your stream went well. So I figure it's time we finally talk about one of the big topics of the evening. We're going to get into the Yunyun syndrome stuff, but I kind of want to get into that probably after, because that's a bigger one.
Okay.
So, Friday. Friday was the official announcement day for the new expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, which has been titled Evercold. Obviously,
so basically, we're going back to what Shadowbringers was, but it's going to be an addition.
Yes. So to kind of give some light story without spoilers, because we're going to get into other stuff related to Shadowbringers later. This essentially is going to an entirely new realm, so it's no longer, this one is not in the main world that 14 has been in. How and why we get here, we don't know. We'll find out on Tuesday, because that's when patch 7.5 comes out. But during the stream, or during the keynote at FanFest, they went over a lot of details, and they kind of, in no short ways, said, we're fixing everything. We know what went wrong. So you can definitely tell from the tone of the trailer that they are going back to a more serious tone than what Dawn Trail was.
Which is good, because that's what people liked.
And in fact, even people like Marshall. In fact, I debated asking Marshall to come on tonight. He said it was just really short notice. But pretty much a lot of the community, especially the ones that are like very much in the I hate Dawn Trail sector of the community, are basically looking at this like, so Dawn Trail was a filler story minus a couple of story beats. For the most part, we can ignore it. I think it is a filler expansion minus a few story beats. But I think the overall Dawn Trail can be pretty much ignored.
Which I've been doing. I haven't done it yet, but I need to re-download
But
And then eventually my plan is to just finish out the rest of 7.0, and then once I get to 7.2, I'll start going through the patches normally.
Lumi seemed to enjoy the show. Good. I really enjoyed it. What they showed off at FanFest was really, really good. Though as much as I could say, oh, they seem to be ignoring Dawn Trail. We have not gotten 7.5 yet, nor have we gotten Evercold yet. So maybe Dawn Trail will have a much bigger influence in the main story. I doubt it will, especially where they said we are going. I cannot say where we are going because that also might spoil some things about Shadowbringers and Dawn Trail. So I will not be saying where we are going. What I can say, things happen. Things are about to get very, very dark again.
But people criticizing. I know nothing of Final Fantasy, so correct me if I'm wrong. But a lot of people's main complaint of Dawnbringer was your character was not the main character of that expansion.
No, very true. So, your Warrior of Light, your main player character, has been the main character since A Realm Reborn, which is when the game got relaunched back in 2013. We've been the main character from 2013 up through 2023, 2024.
Magma, are you gonna start playing?
This is a great segue, actually. Thank you, Akko. We'll kind of talk more about Evercold, but during FanFest, they did announce that Shadowbringers is joining the free trial on Tuesday.
What is the free trial? Is that just the...
Okay.
Is the free trial just what you get as a free player?
So the free trial, yes.
You don't have to buy anything.
You don't have to buy anything. Oh. So the free trial is A Realm Reborn. It is Heavensward, Stormblood, and now Shadowbringers.
Which is the best expansion of the game, according to a lot of people.
No, it is. It very much is. But, so the way the game works is you have a $15 subscription fee. That's $15 a month. Fine. The free trial is as it says. It is a free trial. But unlike games like World of Warcraft, where you have to you have a set playtime. Once you hit that playtime, you need to pay for the sub. 14 does it differently. You don't have to pay for the sub until you hit Endwalker now. So you get patch 2.0 up through patch 5.5 completely free.
Oh, okay.
The way that they calculated, that people kind of calculated it, from just A Realm Reborn up through Stormblood, it was over 600 hours of content for free.
For free.
Now we're getting Shadowbringers, which is probably going to bump it up from about 600 to about 1,000.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I got you temporarily into RuneScape. Oh god, what you're gonna do when I get into Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah. No. Your social life is gone the second I get you into 14.
Oh no.
Sorry, Magma, that's just how it goes.
I'm a variety streamer, not a Final Fantasy streamer. What's going on?
I do expect you to play a lot of the game off stream. But I know a lot of people definitely like watching people's reactions to the story.
I figured.
But what I can say is that Shadowbringers is a fantastic expansion. What it does mean, though, what for in the case of anyone who wants to jump into 14 or like Magma, this means you have access to all the main stories for A Realm Reborn, all up through Shadowbringers. You have access to every dungeon, raid, trial, class. Every single piece of content that was released in those 4 content drops, you just get to play for free.
Wait, how do they change that?
The only downside is you have a lower priority if more people that do pay want to play the game first.
Yes. So when it comes to Evercold, there will likely be a queue when you want to play the game. People who pay for the subscription will have priority when it comes to that queue. I think that is a fair compromise because they are active paying like people in the community. That's
Yep.
fine.
I would agree.
And yes, you can hunt a Rathalos. Rathalos is a trial in 14.
Oh,
Which we still need to finish.
We do. Arkveld is also a trial in 14 now.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know the Omega story in Wilds? They tie that into Arkveld in 14.
Okay.
So, but that's in Dawn Trail. So that's not free.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
What are the new classes you get for free? Okay, so the classes you get for free, not counting the ARR ones, because those are like the major ones. From Heavensward onwards, you get Dark Knight, Machinist, Astrologian, Samurai, Red Mage, and then now, adding Shadowbringers, you get Gunbreaker and Dancer.
Gunbreaker.
I
I paid $10 plus taxes. Okay.
mean, yeah, that's actually a
I'm
thing
sorry.
that you could do, but I didn't. So, obviously, I don't want to keep people on this. It's just, hey, if you want to play the game, cool. It's now getting even bigger.
Yeah. It's a nice time to get in.
It
and
actually
try the
is.
game.
I actually joked saying the population for the game is about to skyrocket. And I have a sneaking suspicion because people have been dooming and glooming because like, oh my god, Dawn Trail is shit, so that means Evercold is automatically shit. Well, no, that's false. If it's shit, people will call it out for it. But I think based on what we saw, Yoshi P is now like Yoshi P literally said during the fan fest that he has a more hands-on role with 14 again.
Which is
when
good.
When was the announcement?
Friday.
Yep. Okay. From Friday to today, it jumped to 10,000 average players on Steam.
Yeah, exactly. 10, yeah, exactly. So if it jumped 10,000 players on Steam, that's massive. And already during FanFest, they literally said they were actually approaching 35 million players.
That sounds
Jesus.
about right.
And now that they're adding Shadowbringers into the game, I suspect the player numbers to skyrocket again. And I have a feeling that that is the reason why Shadowbringers is coming to the free trial, because they saw a lack of player numbers from Dawn Trail. And it's like, look, we understand Dawn Trail was bad. Obviously, we cannot fix things for you until Evercold comes out. But hey, here's Shadowbringers in the free trial for anyone that wants to jump in. I've only ever played 15. I didn't get very far. I should play it again. Yeah.
What's the best platform to play 14 on?
So, I find that Steam is the best.
PC.
Well,
Steam, okay.
no. You got to be more specific. So, on PC, there are two ways to play 14. You can either play it through Steam, or you can download the specific I would say, quote unquote, launcher. 14 has its own client. So, the difference is if you want to play 14 through Steam, you have to rely sometimes on Steam servers going down. I have never had issues with that personally, but whenever Steam goes down, I'm already in the game, and if you're already in the game, it doesn't affect you because it does run off their own servers. But if you play on Steam, you also can use your Steam wallet to pay for your subscription. You can use your Steam wallet to pay for this, the expansions. You can use your Steam wallet to pay for stuff like in their in-game store. If you play it through their own launcher, you do not have those options. I like the convenience of being able to use my Steam wallet because that's where stuff is tied to.
Okay. I just
Right.
said what is better for the player in terms of like stuff.
I would say that is up to you. I like Steam when it comes to 14, though.
Okay.
But this was not the only major thing announced at FanFest. Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's the only thing I knew about FanFest. That's what happened.
I want to give context. Final Fantasy XIV has had several collaborations in the past.
Yeah.
All of them really good.
All of them really good. But this is a collaboration that no one, and I mean no one, was expecting.
Oh, you're talking about the Iron Mouse one?
No.
No.
The Alliance Raid series,
Oh,
Forever Cold, is going to be Evangelion.
Okay.
In fact, Final Fantasy XIV features Evangelion Collaboration Alliance Raid, an unforeseen crossover. Studio Kara provides full supervision. Square Enix is handling the content production, and the Alliance Raid title is Ghosts of Desire. To anyone concerned that this could be shit, Studio Kara, the original studio behind Evangelion, is in charge of this as far as like story.
Mhm.
And Yoshi P literally said during FanFest that Evangelion is one of his favorite things ever. And he has a personal high quality bar for this. Because if this
Yes, he
fails, he's even going to be upset at this. So Yoshi P has set a personal bar for quality on this raid series.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing again just so that I can do this raid series. I haven't even done the current one, but I will get back in just so that I can play it.
Mhm.
This.
And in fact,
Telder, what's a raid series?
So a raid series. So for Final Fantasy XIV has two different types of raids. Well, okay, technically more than just two types. The main two types are your normal raids and your alliance raids. Normal raids is 8 people.
Okay.
Alliance raids are 48 man raids. Ish.
Okay.
This is an alliance raid. So this is a mass scale player activity.
Okay.
The last time they did a collaboration this big was the Nier Automata raid series. And in the first raid, you got an outfit that made your character look like 2B. At least, hairstyle, outfit, etc.
Right.
But because how they handle outfits, your character's ass got fatter. I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to do that again with plug suits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's it gonna be? Which plug suit's gonna be?
Oh, it's probably either Shinji's or Asuka's.
Or both.
I would say Shinji's. I only say Shinji's because this is his mecha. This is his Evangelion on the announcement thing. But
I
very
still haven't
likely
seen this
Asuka.
show, but I've seen all the memes from this show.
Oh yeah.
And I've already seen memes popping up, or like 14 memes related to Evangelion. In fact, I saw art today of Asuka and Rei as Mikotes, which is the cat race in 14. So art is in full force now. As much as I want to say this was the biggest announcement of the keynote, it was not. And this one has attracted some drama.
What drama?
So, Final Fantasy XIV will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 in August.
That's not gonna go well. I'm gonna be honest.
It definitely got some raised eyebrows from the audience. So we're going to read this article from RPG site. Why did it? What? That's okay. It's weird. So the Final Fantasy XIV or Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy XIV will require a separate subscription. So the way the game operates now is it's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox, it's on PC, and you only have to pay one sub to play on all of those platforms. The major compromise that they had to make was you have to pay for the game several times. So say you bought the main game and all of its expansions on PC, but you wanted to play on console. Your sub still remains, but you'd have to buy the game again and all the expansions on that respective platform. That's fine. That makes sense. I have no problem with that.
Oh, so they're removing tied accounts between consoles for the Switch 2. So okay.
That was Nintendo.
It's Nintendo.
That was Nintendo's thing. Nintendo wanted their own separate subscription. So you could still play with the other consoles and on PC players on the Switch 2, but you have to pay for a secondary subscription or a new subscription entirely if you are an active paying member.
That's not going to go well.
No, Square fought this. In fact, they even said during the keynote, they didn't say they fought it, but they had many discussions for several months with Nintendo about this.
If this does not get as many sales as they wanted to, they burned money on this.
So there were both Square and Nintendo had to make compromises here. Square actually had Nintendo make their own compromises. You do not need to pay for Nintendo Switch Online to play Final Fantasy XIV. And
which is kind of funny.
if you are an active paying member, you're paying for an active sub, your subscription, if you wanted to also play the Switch 2 version, you get a 50% off deal.
That still burns.
It still burns, but it's a Band-Aid without the painkiller. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. But
it's not as bad.
It's not as bad. Yeah. I wish it was the same way as the other platforms. But at least it's not as bad.
And the thing is, this is really only going to be affecting. There's not a lot of people on the western side of the spear that are going to be playing this game on the Switch 2.
I think this is going to affect people primarily in Asian territories.
Exactly, because they like mobile style games. That's why the Switch and Switch 2 sells dramatically more in Japan and the side of the world.
Yep. So
pretty much, yeah. They're really the only people that are gonna kind of care about it that much, I would say.
The other people
just wait. Final Fantasy XIV is coming to a phone near you someday.
I mean, it already is on mobile in China.
Yeah, but they're probably really good Chinese phones.
And also, it is a different version
well,
of the game. It's not even the same version.
It's not?
No. So it has a whole. It's kind of like the Destiny Rising for 14.
Then what do you mean it's a Destiny Rising? That means it's going to be in separate servers. That means they're only going to be playing with themselves.
Yes. So it has a different way they do content. It has different hairstyles, different character models, different skill animations, everything. It's still 14 at the core, but it is unique in its own way.
If they can't get enough players, because what you're saying is that it's just a different entirely server, a separate server base for the Switch 2 players now.
No.
Oh.
The one I'm talking about, the phone one and this one are completely different. This one still plays with
you were talking about
the main servers. So this will still play with PlayStation, Xbox, PC, etc. It's just Nintendo is requiring a separate subscription.
Okay.
Which again stings, but that was Nintendo's requirement.
We really do need to see what the Eastern side of it will react to it, because majority players probably won't jump from the PC to Switch.
No. In fact, the only people who will are likely going to be streamers.
Why would streamers go to it? It'd be easier to stream from PC.
Maybe.
Because Final Fantasy XIV has a crafting gathering system. So say you want to work on your crafting and gathering classes. Well, having a way to do it on your couch, because it's a kind of mindless, tedious kind of activity. So doing that like while you're watching TV or something on the couch, fair. What they did not talk about here was how the free trial was going to work for the Switch 2 version. What they did say is they are going to be running a beta for the Switch 2 in July. For that first month, the game will be entirely free.
Including all the expansions?
As far as we are aware, yes.
I mean, listen, if it's for a month, you're going to have to really grind if you want to get through all the expansions.
If you just want to bum rush the story in that 1 month, you could. But if that's all you're doing is story.
I don't know, because like you said, it's 600 hours, so...
Well, no. The 600 hours was counting all pieces of content. If all you're doing is story, it's much less time.
I guess.
Honestly, because red flags, there's red flags. Yeah, again, all the red flags from this were from Nintendo. I know. I was watching the Fan Fest, and you could see that Yoshi-P was trying to basically put a band-aid on the burns that this was causing. It's like, because they're excited it's coming to Switch too. They want more players to jump in, but you could definitely tell there was a change in mood when they were talking about how the subscription was going to be.
It's a subscription for the same game, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this is both good and bad. I'm glad it's coming to Switch 2. I'm just not too happy about the subscription thing. Because again, I don't mind paying the sub. I just don't think there should be a secondary sub. But oh well.
No, I'm in agreement. You should not have to pay for another sub. It's like, it's not good.
It's
not
not
good
good.
whatsoever.
No. If Nintendo sees that they're not making a whole lot of money off of that because like they're losing like sales of the game on their platform because people have to pay a secondary sub, then they might end up scrapping that. But for
Or they
right
might
now,
just end up scrapping the game altogether. Who
no,
knows?
they will not. 14 is too big to scrap it as far as the platforms are concerned. But this is definitely going to hinder sales. Because I have a feeling Nintendo's probably looking at this like, oh my god, it won't matter because it's Final Fantasy XIV. You know, people are going to want to jump into that. But I feel like it's going to have a similar effect to FromSoft's new game, Duskbloods, where they think FromSoft's name is going to have a whole lot of people going to buy Switch 2s, and I don't think it is.
No, probably not.
And I think
How long is that game going to be exclusive?
We don't know. It's not even like we have not really gotten news about it since
It's been over a year.
It's been over a year. Yeah.
Was it over a year, or was it?
No,
or
it's been close to a year by now. Yes, and they've
still
already
sticking with their PvPvE.
yes, they are sticking to the extraction shooter like mindset. Don't you pay for a secondary sub when you play on Xbox and PlayStation? No. So that is all the same subscription. That's why this stings. Because you could pay for one sub across all platforms. It's just their compromise was you had to buy the game again for that platform. But with Xbox Live, with PlayStation Plus, you don't need to buy their online subscriptions to play the game. You just need to pay for this.
You don't play on their servers. You play on Square Enix's servers.
There you
That's
go.
why it's not
Exactly.
It's not that subscription model.
Exactly. The reason why it took so long for the game to come to Xbox originally is because Microsoft's their thing was, no, if you want 14 to come to Xbox, you need to have us host the server and have everyone excluded. Nintendo was the same way because they wanted it to come to original Switch. And Square was like, no, we're not going to segregate our players into their own specific servers because you want it. This is an MMO. Everyone's going to be together. So they finally got Xbox to cave. They clearly got Nintendo to cave, but Nintendo had some restrictions. Yeah.
The thing is, isn't like the console players and the player numbers aren't exactly that high
on consoles? Correct. PC is definitely the highest market for this game. I thought you needed PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold. Like, nope, you don't need those at all. The only money you actually have to pay for this game is the subscription and the cost of the game. And that is it.
Yep.
And that's honestly not too bad, in my opinion. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a sting for some people within the Nintendo ecosystem.
I would agree.
Which sucks. So I do think as far as player numbers are concerned, when it comes to console, Switch 2 is going to be the least played version.
Well, I think a lot of people have a Switch 2, but they also probably have already bought this game on other platforms.
Yep.
So there's no reason to play it on the Switch.
Exactly.
It's going to be one of those, you're getting new people, not
exactly.
Yeah.
And again, like if you're just getting new people, this isn't going to affect anyone at all. This is going to be just fine. Where this is really going to affect people is when you're swapping between platforms.
Right.
But if you're not doing that and this is your primary place to play it, awesome. That's great. It's doing its job. And finally,
no.
Hmm.
The Xbox version requires you to have a Game Pass subscription to actually play the game. I mean, this is from an article 2 years ago, from February 2024.
I don't believe that's the case anymore. Then I could be wrong.
Everything when I tried looking it up, I'm still getting the same articles.
Yeah, I'm not downgrading my experience for the Switch that I will never own. Exactly. Like, if I'm gonna recommend someone play the game, I'm gonna recommend them play it on PC. But I'm also not gonna be like, well, go buy a PC to play this, because now it's going to be on every modern platform. Play it where you are most comfortable playing it. You are not losing out on your playing with your friends. It is all the same. And I'm glad Nintendo budged on the crossplay thing. That's nice. Because if they didn't have budgeted that, I promise you this wouldn't be on Switch 2. And then there was one final major thing that came out of FanFest that actually I saw today, and I wanted to talk about it quickly. From an article from, I don't remember if this was Famitsu, because I know Nintendo Everything has an article for it, but Yoshi P says he has thought about making a single-player Final Fantasy XIV game, stating, yes, I have thought about it, considering how long that I've been working on this. I still feel that I want to continue bringing in even one more person around the world so that they can experience this game. There are still a lot of people out there who look at an online Final Fantasy and say, well, an online Final Fantasy is not a Final Fantasy. I would love to consider making a standalone Final Fantasy XIV, but unfortunately, the only team that can potentially make a standalone Final Fantasy game, the best kind of standalone Final Fantasy XIV, is the current Final Fantasy XIV team. I mean, if we ever retire from 14 Online, maybe we can do it like our work after our retirement. So
He's basically saying that once they're done with 14 Online, they're going to make a standalone game.
Likely. And what he means by that is not like, oh, we're just making 14, like turning it into a single player game. What he's suggesting is a separate story within the same world as 14.
I looked it up. As of 22 days ago, you still need a Game Pass, a core Game Pass or an Ultimate Game Pass subscription to play on Xbox to play Final Fantasy XIV.
Ew.
Yeah. Play on
Ew.
PC, people.
Yeah, or PlayStation, ironically. Yeah, this sounds like an end goal thing. And honestly, he means that this is like they want to do a solo thing, because they've been really working towards trying to make it more accessible to people, even like people who don't have friends or are playing solo. Because like, especially with like from Endwalker onwards, they've really leaned into the, hey, your in-game party, like your story party members, you can do trials with them now. You can do dungeons with your party now. You can, they've really worked to make a lot of the game able to be played solo if you wanted to. Unless you look at people like Wrath Games, who literally is playing the game in like an Iron Man mode. Crazy bastard. And by Iron Man mode, I mean like RuneScape Iron Man mode.
So no trading, got it.
No trading, no players, no nothing. He's alone in that whole thing. And this is a game not intended for that.
I mean, most of it is now.
No, not like that. Not like that. He cannot do dungeons and trials with the in-game party system. He has to do it solo.
Oh.
I mean, in RuneScape, there is a thing called Group Iron Man. So
Yep. And he had to do the Crystal Ray or Crystal Tower Alliance raids to continue the story. His condition there was he had to finish that with other people doing the same challenge.
Oh, gosh.
So Group Iron Man, got it.
Yep, exactly. And then he has not done that since. So, otherwise, I do think right now is the best time to get into 14. Dawn Trail is just a couple of days off of its final big patch. Obviously, we're going to keep doing patches up through September, which is going to be 7.56, which is where Dawn Trail will officially end. And then from September to January, it's going to be a pretty big lull for 14. But September to January is when Evercold comes out.
It's crazy that it's that soon, man.
Yeah. There were a lot of concerns like, wait, what? Because the final fan fest for this cycle is going to be on Halloween, which is like, why is it taking so long to get the expansion out? And Yoshi P had to make a statement saying literally from the time from Final Fan Fest to release, it's not going to be that long. So people are like, okay, so if your last Fan Fest day literally is November 1st, how long is it going to take from November 1st to release? January. So that's pretty soon.
Yep.
Solo's the worst way to experience 14. No. The way I mentioned it with like that the RuneScape hardcore Iron Man mode, that is the worst way to experience 14, unless you are literally in it for the challenge of it. But the game is way more built to play solo now. If I get into 14, is there a way to skip Woke Lamont? No.
Yes.
No. Well, yes, but no. You cannot.
You can just skip the story for 6.0.
You can skip cutscenes. You cannot skip the story. There is not a paid story skip option yet. But
There will be.
You can skip cutscenes. Yes, there will be eventually, but not yet.
If you don't want to listen to the story with Woke Lamont, you can skip it.
I would say don't skip all of Dawn Trail though, because there are some, like when Dawn Trail was at its weakest, it really was bad. But when Dawn Trail was in its best, it was really, really good.
You can still skip Woke Lamont, chat. You just gotta cutscene skip.
Skip the cringe. Exactly. Absolutely. So that's 14. Obviously, I'm gonna kind of be a little bit of a like minor shill because I absolutely love this game. If I didn't love this game, I would not still be paying for a subscription to the game. But I do think it is worth playing. Even with Dawn Trail, it is still worth playing. So I don't know. With the whole Shadowbringers coming to 14 or coming to the free trial on Tuesday, now is a good time.
Indeed, I agree.
So Magma, when are you starting?
TBD.
Fair. What are your thoughts on the new combat? Oh, right. Okay. So I guess we could talk about that real quick. They announced during, and maybe it's on their main page. I don't know if it's on their main page or not. Because they were doing the whole like thing. Oh yeah, Iron Mouse was at FanFest. Apparently she actually sung a few songs from the game. And she posted one of them to her YouTube. I listened to it, it was pretty good. But the way the new combat, so they're actually adjusting the combat in the game from how it was. So right now, you have what they are labeling as reborn mode. But with Evercold, they're releasing a separate combat mode called evolved mode. So you can swap between reborn and evolve whenever you want. But with reborn, you'd have your similar rotations that you have now. Like, if you were to start the game right now, that was what you would experience even into Evercold. But the evolved system is the best way I could describe evolved as a system is kind of like Monster Hunter, where you have your rotations, but instead of how reborn mode is like how you get from point A to point B, now you can go from point A to point C to point D to point B. Like, how you get your rotations done is up to you with evolve mode.
I'm gonna be honest, Temp, that sounded a little confusing.
It'll make more sense to Monster Hunter players. Like, as long as you get to your end result, it does not matter how you do it.
If you have a certain criteria you need to meet to go on to the next step of the puzzle, you can solve the puzzle however you want to instead of how the story wanted to do it.
Exactly. Although in this case, it comes down to your combat skills.
Okay.
And I think that's a nice option to get players. They did say that all of your skills with Evolve mode will be unlocked at level 50. So even skills you'd have at like level 100 or now the new 110 will all be unlocked at level 50 with Evolve mode. And yes, Magma, I did just say the level cap with the expansion will be 110.
Okay.
Yeah, it's getting up there, isn't it?
It is. They actually did say during FanFest that they considered creating an entirely separate like leveling mode, but then they ultimately decided it's like, well, we could do that, or we can just give them another 10 levels. And they ultimately decided another 10 levels. Because they're like, this is the safest thing to do. Instead of like trying to experiment with something that may not work. This works. Let's just keep doing this. If it isn't broken, don't fix it.
Indeed.
Actually, chat, it's a great time. Thank you for the reminder, chat.
At Pats for the Fox. Thank you, Upstarter.
Chat. Obviously, we're not done, but I did want to do something majorly important. Chat, Magma is really close.
Yes?
Magma's 9 off of 200 subs. Chat, follow the Fox.
Thank you. Thank you, Temp. I am 9 subscribers off from getting 200. I am $2,700 away from getting a shock collar. Let's go. I'll think about it.
I mean, fair. So, I figure we should probably get into the meat and potatoes of what tonight is. I'll kind of go into more details with 14 with Magma after stream, or whenever Magma is actually ready to do it.
I just noticed because you put the Tart Terrier as an emote for the mods because of how crunched it is. It just looks like an orange blob to me.
Well, that's not for mods. That is for tiers of membership.
Oh.
So right now it's like just bronze.
Ah, okay. I thought just YouTube compressed it down to hell.
No. So, Magma brought this to my attention yesterday, and once I saw it, I'm like, oh no, we need to talk about this.
Uh-oh.
And then Mizu brought it to my attention, so we really need to talk about it.
Localizer stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
So
it broke containment. So
yeah, it did. So a game called Yunyun Syndrome. I had never heard of this game until people started talking about this. The game apparently has a what's the right way to say it? A horrific localization. Like so bad. The original, like the devs themselves just said, nope, fuck it. Scrap the localization that we hired you for. We'll just do it ourselves.
Right.
So they actually had to make a post on Steam about it. That's how bad it got.
Steam and their Discord.
So it says specifically, hello everyone, my name is Fuyuki Hayashi, the creator of Yunyun Syndrome, Rhythm Psychosis. As this is an urgent matter, please allow me to communicate via machine translation. First of all, thank you very much to everyone who purchased Yunyun Syndrome, Rhythm Psychosis, added to your wishlist, or shown interest in the game. We are aware that many players, especially those enjoying the game primarily in English, have raised concerns about the quality of the localization. These comments have been shared through Steam reviews and the Community Hub, as well as on X, YouTube trailer comments, Discord, and other platforms. While it is difficult to review every single message in detail, I am reading as many of your comments as possible. Development on this title was very fast, and some of you have noticed there are still some places in the English version that represent the old versions of the Japanese text or include display issues regarding Kalmoji and cutoff lines. We are now working on looking into these. Also, based on your feedback, I recognize that the English translation requires some revisions. As a first step, we are currently discussing and addressing the text shown in the images below. So, they gave us some wonderful examples of what's going on here.
I noticed end fascism immediately.
Yeah.
Some say police prompting fascism who knew working. Yeah, it's They thought they could get away with it.
They did. So it says, stop, drop, and roll is a mantra for self-enslavement, and saying it destroys your sense of self. Is the mantra safe for work meant to oppress you? DEMPA antennas are considered that company policies around what is or isn't safe for work promote a fascist working culture. When does safe for work become not safe for work? Why is the decision not in the hands of the people? Safe for work policies promoted fascism. Who knew working environments could be so scary? Human resources trauma.
And
I absolutely hate this.
So the thing is about the screenshot you're sharing right now, it only is highlighting the bottom line, which is "end fascism."
Yes.
I think the entire page needs to be addressed.
It does. It does. But that is the version that was bad. They gave us more. YOLO movement among businessmen as employees reject the concept of safe for work fascism. A new YOLO movement is taking the workforce by storm. Cases of businessmen destroying their own office buildings are on the rise. YOLO, never wearing a suit again. I will never be victimized under. And then back, refused to slave away any longer. YOLO movement on the rise. Office workers across the country are launching attacks on their own workplaces and destroying many office buildings. This movement has been dubbed the YOLO movement. Online, after videos of screaming workers attacking their workplaces went viral, numerous business districts now lie in. Casualties have been reported. And then Rafflemau deserved. DEMPA allergy outbreak, Yunyun syndrome is sweeping the nation once symptoms set in. Flowers bloom from between the lines of QT shit posts, leaving folks around the globe itchy-eyed and sneezing. Karma's a bitch. Lamest end of the world ever. The web is a shit fest right now. It's not good.
No, it is not.
No,
These are really bad.
In fact, they gave
I hate
examples.
these.
Said examples and fascism. I will never be victimized under fascism again. The magical girl personas of all your apps. Duh. Someone hired that Mr. Robo guy. I'd cut my uterus if I could, etc.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was in there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. These changes will be implemented by the end of today at Japan Standard Time, which corresponds to 8 a.m. Pacific Time on April 25th. This was yesterday. In addition, while a detailed schedule has not yet been finalized, we plan to review all in-game text alongside our localization partners in the near future and make sure the final product fully represents my vision. All the Japanese text was written and crafted by me personally, and I also worked very closely with our localization teams in English from the very start to create a version that represents my vision for Yunyun and QT's world. The scenario itself is something I carefully wove together over a long period of time with my own thoughts and emotions included in it deeply. The characters are like my own precious children to me. And above all, everyone who plays the game or looks forward to it is deeply irreplaceable to me. I want you all to have a wonderful experience, and I want people to come to love Yunyun Syndrome, Rhythm Psychosis, as well as the characters QT and Yunyun. To achieve that, I am fully committed to doing everything I possibly can. If possible, we would greatly appreciate your support. For any feedback regarding localization, please submit your comments through the feedback form, and it specifically gave the feedback form here. Whether your impressions are positive or point out areas of concern, sharing the parts that stood out to you will greatly help us understand where to focus our future localization checks. Your feedback is extremely important to us. Please rest assured that we have carefully reviewed the comments already received, and we deeply value every player who supports the game. Show the comparison with the actual translation. If someone could put that in Dogwave suggestions, that'd be great.
I think I sent it to you before. Yeah, I did send it to you before. It's in your DMs.
Can you resend that to me, please?
I'll get you the link real quick.
Thank you. Honestly, it seems like MTL would do a better localization than these people.
So, something to note, if you scroll back up and you see the line where the dev says that they work directly, closely with the localization, Hirihei made a note on that in his video today. That is regarding the formality that is the Japanese work culture. Do not actually read that and think it's and take it at face value. That is just a line for formality.
Mm-hmm. So this is a review from the Steam reviews, obviously. The English translation is total disrespect to the whole genre. The The localization team did a terrible job, inserted political phrases and trans wording. They killed references to rants, Haruhi, Digimon 03, and more just because the translator is 25 years old and never watched any anime. Some other famous examples, a simple word like Yamuro being turned into end fascism. A Fate Stay Night / Fate Grand Order reference turned into I will never be victimized under fascism again. The line literally says command spell.
There should be more direct. There should be more direct comparisons.
To Okay White Knight, to Tech Bros Are So Gross, to very interesting.
What the fuck?
Yeah, if you look at the patch notes I sent you, it's hilarious what they did.
Yeah. Where are those? Oh, here's the patch notes. So we'll go ahead and look at the patch notes.
These are so bad.
So in-game net user comments, adjustments to some of the localization text. Old and fascism. New. Somebody stop this. Old XD. New. Let's fucking go with emojis. Old.
The emoji.
The web is a shitfest right now. New. The internet's such a mess right now. Old. Yahoo. New. Hey. Old. Are they fighting to the death? I didn't kill my husbando. New. Bro, move out of the way so I can kill her. Old. Get yourselves some 0% beer and deal. New. Love some of that 0% beer. Old. I will never be victimized under fascism again. New. Their command spells ain't got nothing on me. Old. God's tongue doesn't lie. New. Delicious. Here's
bad.
Here's the one that's old. I cut my uterus out if I could. New. Don't want him anyway.
That's so massively different.
So bad. Also, scroll down. There's one more. The Australian English line.
Yes. Old. Australian English. New. Boomer speech alert.
That's because the translation has the word Aussie in it, and if you try to translate it directly, people assume Aussie, Australian. That's not what it translates into. It literally says you talk like a middle-aged person.
Yes.
That's why that line got misinterpreted. They didn't properly translate it. That is proof they don't know how to translate.
Yeah. So this goes on for a while, by the way.
It looks like it, yeah.
You can say that a lot of stuff they interjected, which they 100% fucking did. But that line mistranslation right there proves they don't know how to translate.
No, they don't. I'm seeing some people ask, who did the translation? I have that information, by the way. It is a company called Dragon Baby.
I need to grab the fucking main guy's name because he's using his own experience to inflate the actual business's portfolio.
Mm-hmm. So, I want to kind of give an idea of what people or what they've done, so people know what is going on. They've worked with Atlas, Sega, Devolver Digital, Team 17, Capcom, SNK, Games Workshop, Marvelous, Focus Interactive, and Pocket Pair.
Interesting.
In fact, some of the games we've touched: Silent Hill 2, Signalis, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Mouthwashing, Metal Gear Solid, Buckshot Roulette, Quarantine Zone,
Really?
Goblin Cleanup.
Interesting.
Ace Attorney, Power World,
Sam Burton.
Silent Hill Short Message, Fly Night, Thalassa, Edge of the Abyss, Null Point Protocol, Super Battle Golf, Monster Hunter Puzzles Feline Isles. It goes on. Metal Slug Tactics, Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Final Fantasy, War of the Visions, Rune Factory 2, Dead Rising 2, Fatal Frame. Again, yeah.
A lot of games.
It's a lot of shit. It is a whole lot of shit.
I'm going to be directly reading a tweet by the name of Scratchpoint. Dragon Baby is another destructive localization company founded by Jeremy Bashstein and Sam Burton. Bashstein is known for his work on Metal Gear Solid and was reportedly removed after Kojima was unhappy with that he deviated
Yep.
too far from the original script.
So I actually have the article.
Jeremy and Sam are using their own they're using their own work experience to boost up the credibility of Dragon Baby, and it shows when you look at their portfolio when half the shit.
This is
they
more
didn't work
shit
on.
than Sweet Baby. This is a lot of high profile stuff.
Yeah, you
Very
see
much
like
so.
Silent Hill, you see Pal World, you see
Ace
a
Attorney,
lot
you
of
saw
higher-
Monster Hunter, you saw Pokemon.
There's no way they got fucking. There's no way Capcom got them. And IB, no fucking way.
Yeah. So yeah,
Silent Hill 3, yeah, no, they're using their old experience to inflate.
they are. Absolutely.
To inflate.
So that's not great.
No,
And
no,
it
it's not.
kind of gets worse. So here's the Hero Hey post. These two are some of the highest ranking members of the EN localization company, Dragon Baby, responsible for this disaster. Blaustein is particularly interesting. He has a history of working on JP to English localizations as far back as the early 90s to early 2000s. Okay, you probably should say late 90s to early 2000s, but you know, whatever. But after that, it seems like that many Japanese companies stopped working with him. In interviews, it's written that Blaustein was fired from a Japanese company for insubordination, and that when working on Metal Gear Solid, Kojima himself disliked Blaustein's work, and some even say Kojima had Blaustein fired from working on Metal Gear. Decades later, he's resurfaced to a more public-facing position, and we see how Dragon Baby butchered the Japanese to English localization of Yunyun syndrome, rhythm psychosis, so badly that the Japanese devs are currently working on hot-fixing the entire mess. Some might even speculate that on top of using their positions to force their political rhetoric into Japanese games, Blaustein holds a level of malice towards Japanese creatives due to his prior conflicts. So you can kind of guess what kind of people they are.
Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, because she's a Blue Sky. They don't have a Twitter.
Yeah.
Have they responded on Blue Sky?
I don't know, actually.
Oh,
Who has the Blue Sky that can look it up?
I technically do. I just refuse.
Fair enough.
And then, in fact, Savvy, I actually grabbed Savvy's comments about this from the Hero Hey post, saying Japanese companies need to start including accuracy clauses so they can sue if something gets butchered. This is all intentional and it is all malicious. Localizers are the devil. Since the 80s, they've been left to their own devices and to self-police. The profession is tainted, it is unneeded in concept, and it must be deleted. I'd love for this filthy piece of shit company to be sued. Asking a small team to do that is unfair. Surely, though, localization companies could be sued, or at least the service hosting the new version. It is false advertising to me to tell me I'm getting a story that is not the original. It is. It absolutely is false advertising. Cast match
it is
for
100%.
2. Blaustein looks like a stroke victim. Kind of does. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
To be honest,
anything.
that's very mean.
I'm just gonna
Very mean.
I'm just gonna post this in chat. That's it.
Yeah, chat glow. Don't forget to glow. In fact, here's someone else, Narlethotep. Japanese devs and creators, add this to your localization contracts. Strict fidelity clause. Localized text must faithfully keep the original JP meaning, tone, style, and intent. Customers seek the Japanese point of view. No additions, political lines, or commentary from any side, cultural rewrites, or changes without written approval. Strong penalty clauses. Some examples of clauses: vendor must fully relocalize affected content at their own expense and pay a fixed penalty penalty designed to be dissuasive, easy to enforce, and applicable interactively until corrections are complete. Developer can withhold a significant portion of payment until all issues are fixed, plus charge liquidated damages per breach. Full reimbursement of all relocalization, marketing, correction, and related costs. Protect your game and your vision, and be skeptical of Western localizers. Enforce it. Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree with that.
I remember seeing a post, I forget where, it's buried now on Twitter, majority of the game sales you will ever have in any like indie or major release, it's going to be within the first week.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
the first day, it blew up. What's up?
No, you're fine. No, keep going.
When the first day the drama blew up and majority of people already made the decision that they're never going to touch this fucking game again because of how bad the localization was.
Mhm.
They already made up their mind. They're not going to look back. They're moving on.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's fuck, what's it called? Not breach, but that's like a loss of
You think-
business. So that's
Yep.
Torturous interference.
yeah, something like that.
So
You have to be proving malice for that one. I doubt they can do it with this
Yep.
company.
exactly. So the company can do a lawsuit against Dragon Baby. No. So what this post is saying is that these are the clauses that Japanese devs and creators need to add to the contracts. Because if they add stuff like this, that immediately puts the localizers in a hot seat that if they fuck up, they can be buried.
Which would be funny. I think it's gonna take a while, but
well, maybe not
a
as
lot
long as
of-
we think, actually. We do have an article about the English translation of Metal Gear that we will go into. But for this specifically, this needs to be brought up. This one specifically needs to be brought up because it's relevant today.
Didn't Japan make a...
From Anime Trends, the Japanese government has just told the rest of the world to shut up and stop trying to censor anime. During the Nico Nico convention, Minister Kimi Onoda declared that the global success of otaku culture is due to the passion of its creators and fans, not to politicians. And for that reason, she promised zero interference in creative freedom and guaranteed that the state will defend authors against complaints or foreign pressure. A member of the Japanese cabinet has just become the most popular politician in the otaku community.
Fuck, too many artists and too many authors and manga are getting bullied off of the internet because of V-tweeters and activists.
Yep.
They're dogging on them for not having their headcanon be proven true.
Exactly.
or
And
by having liking things that they think is morally wrong.
exactly. And in this same conversation, she also talked about how they are. In fact, Zogman even made this mention. Apparently, the Japanese government has told foreign companies and governments trying to censor anime and manga, stay in your lane. This is our culture. Yes.
Yeah.
So, the Japanese government basically just told all these American and basically European fucktards who are trying to destroy their media to get lost. So, I don't know if this is in response to the whole Dragon Baby stuff. I doubt it is, but it's in relation to it. Japanese are done.
It's just a coincidence that's popping up around the same time.
It is. But
Yeah.
the Japanese are very much done with localizers and people butchering their media for the sake of political gain.
I mean, that's completely fair.
So I honestly, given how bad this was, I honestly think that the whole like Yunyun, whatever, like this whole thing, this was the tipping point.
No, I would agree. I mean, it's still gonna take a while, but like, I feel like this is a good point to just like start the big fuck you with a lot of these people.
I think a lot of more indie, Japanese like developers and not even AI.
We're gonna see more
Not even
AI.
I actually think a lot of what's going to happen here is some of these Japanese. Actually, we're actually seeing a lot of this through Twitter, or X, with the translation layer that was added that allows like Americans and like English speaking folks are able to talk to Japanese people now.
Yeah.
And now we are probably going to see people, like-minded people like us, people in chat, who have been talking to Japanese people, get more work from Japanese people because there is actually a level of respect instead of just hiring people for the sake of hiring people.
Right.
So it is very likely, actually, that we start seeing actual people work on these games instead of people like Sweet Baby Inc. or Dragon Baby or whatever studio like that. That is
You're gonna
done.
Yeah, you're gonna see an increase in freelancing translations instead of
Yes, you are.
company translations.
You
Instead of
definitely are, yeah.
localization.
And this is the tipping point for that. A lot of these companies like Dragon Baby or Sweet Baby just lost a whole shit ton of work.
Yeah, Dragon Baby definitely in particular because they put their name on this.
Dragon Baby's probably done for after this.
We'll see.
No, here's the
It's gonna
thing.
take a while.
A lot of
but-
these games, like I'm sorry, Myco Punk, Goblin Cleanup, Quarantine Zone, these are popular games, but these are not groundbreaking games. But the fact that there is now knowledge that they've worked on Power World, people are going to be going through Power World with its story and start picking it apart piece by piece.
Power World, Silent Hill, they're working with Capcom, or that's what they're saying they're working with Capcom. And that's not going to go well.
No, it's not. So I do think this is probably the least the end of Dragon Baby.
You're pretty confident that's going to be the case.
If they have their name on something, especially a Japanese product from now on, you will see a huge amount of skepticism.
Yeah.
And also, Mizu did say this. They did one good thing. They are trying to bring localization into the credits of video games.
Yes, they are.
They they want to have their death certificate printed. That's what they want.
Yeah, exactly. They absolutely do. So I figure we should probably get to reading the article because Mizu sent me this. And the second that I saw a Polygon article, but Mizu says we basically needed to read this, we're reading this.
July 18, 2019.
Yeah.
This is even before the localization.
This is by Jeremy Blostein, by the way.
Oh. You're fucking kidding. Okay.
No, I'm not. Cast Master 2, I just recently bought Power World, and now this shit. So
we don't know how much they had involvement.
Yes.
They're just putting their name on it.
Exactly. They're just putting their name on it. We don't know. But I promise you, every single one of these games are going to be looked at with a fine-tooth comb, and people like, the anti-English localization people are going to go through every single one of these games and pick them apart.
Pretty much.
So a lot of what's going on with Dragon Baby is going to be brought to light. I know a friend personally that played Fly Night, and he loved this game.
Oh, it's an amazing game. The only complaint is it's so short. That's about it. I'll be right back. I'm going to get more tea.
Understood. In fact, chat, this is a great opportunity. We are going to read a fairly lengthy article, so if you want to waste some water, you want to go to the bathroom, and you don't want to miss it, now's the time to do it. I'm actually going to go use the restroom myself because it is that time. So I will be right back.
Oh. I think I'm the only one here now, chat. How are you doing, chat? I'm playing Minish Cap while we're talking about this.
Hoi hoi.
Hi.
Yeah, no.
Hayako, hello.
Luna, you're not in a good spot right now. You tried to eat the Ethernet cable. You're not supposed to do that.
I'm gonna eat soup. Soup is good.
What kind of soup?
I don't know.
Kind of only get like a good grilled cheese with a tomato soup, with a little bit of milk in the tomato soup.
No, just put cream in it.
To each their own. I mean, it does have the same effect, though. Balloons TD6, nice. You bite the cord again, you're getting thrown.
I got the flippers.
Woo, nice. Do I want to play a game right now? He's playing without me. That
I'm back.
motherfucker.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
I just wonder now how much Dragon Baby has fucked up a lot of English translations. We didn't realize it. Exactly. Yeah. He works with Polygon, Red Flags. Shouldn't hear about this game's terrible localization. Hey, MommaOcco, congrats on getting the channel monetized. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
305 more for me to get it monetized.
Are we ready to start the article?
Unfortunately.
No, we're not ready to start.
Well, too bad.
Sorry.
We're starting.
I'm going to bed.
Oh, okay.
no.
The last time I saw Hideo Kojima, we were both naked.
What?
What a way to start this article. It was at a traditional Japanese ryokan Rittenboro, or outside bath, on a Konami company vacation near Mount Fuji. He was a lot thinner then. Before he started pumping iron, he looked a lot more like Psycho Mantis at the time. He's going for a snake thing these days. Good for him. Although it's hard to believe now, Hideo Kojima was unknown in the West at that point in the early mid to mid 90s. I first met him when I worked at Konami's HQ in Toranomon, Tokyo, from about September 1993 to March 1995. That 1.5 year span felt like in the last 5 years due to the high pressure environment of being the only foreigner in the office. And that horrible Tokyo rush hour train commute. I would later translate Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, a job that might have been much too big for one person. This is how it all happened.
Kojima whipped out his Solid Snake. Yes, he did.
Yes. I worked in the international business department at Konami Japan. In fact, let me bump this up so chat can read along with us. A group of about 15 or so employees who sat uncomfortably between the sales division and the law division in neat rows in a single, well-lit, bustling office room. These were the 16-bit days, before the use of email was common, so we shuffled papers all day, passing them down the line to be stamped by our bosses in starched shirts. We did this while watching the clock, killing time by smoking cigarettes in the lounge. I had come to Konami after a 1 year stint as a teacher at a mass-produced Ikaiwa, or English language school, called Aeon. After that, I was lucky enough to get an interview with Konami, courtesy of my twin brother who was working at Konami Chicago at the time. I nailed the interview due to my skill as both Japanese and English, along with my fond memories of playing Contra. Those brought a tear to the eye of Mr. Arakawa, who was then the head of the International Business Department. But the
I don't
smoking,
believe that.
but the smoking
The
lounge.
tear to the eye.
Sorry. But the smoking lounge at Konami was where the real work was done, because that was when you'd meet people from different departments and could actually talk to your superiors. This was a cultural quirk of working in Japan, where members of each department sit in their own area. It's an unspoken rule that you don't just go chatting people up at their desks unless you have some kind of directive to do so, or a specific task. As a result, there was no synergy in the office itself. Breakthroughs happened while relaxing over a cigarette, where everyone felt more or less equal and let their guard down. We would also sometimes be asked to play some of the company's games and give our thoughts on them. Mostly what we did was send 2 daily faxes to the US and Europe, communicating with them about shipping numbers and their wishes for how games could be tweaked to suit their respective markets. It was a boring job, but the research and development division began to ask me for opinions, or to offer opinions on games, and to translate or even write original text for a few titles, since I was the only foreigner in the department. I wrote all the text for Animaniacs, Batman and Robin, and Sparkster for the Sega Genesis. I translated things like Biker Mice from Mars and Tiny Toons Adventures. I directed the primitive voiceovers for Contra Hardcore. But things got real when I was called into the R&D 6 Sega building in Jimbocho and asked what I thought of Hideo Kojima's Snatcher. Right, that is an actual game. Sorry, when you start the article off like, so we met naked, and then you ask the thought of Hideo Kojima's Snatcher.
Oh, please don't continue.
Anyway, I ended up working on the Sega CD version of Snatcher for 2 months, and it was some of my favorite work. I supervised the translation done by Scott Hartz, added some of my own stuff, and went to Chicago to direct the voiceover sessions. Kojima wasn't involved in that port, but my work on it was how he and I became connected before I quit Konami to become a dedicated dad. In March
Right.
1997, I was living in a rented house in the snowy hills of western Massachusetts with a wife and 2 small children. We had a wood stove and not much money. I had already translated Vandal Hearts and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but that was it. Were you going to say something, Magma?
When you said he quit, but the articles were saying that he was separated. He was removed and fired from Konami.
Yeah, obviously he's not going to say that, but yeah.
Okay. That stuck out to me.
Yeah. Seeing all the memes and jokes that have since come out of the English translation of Symphony of the Night was strange for me, but it also taught me an important lesson. Translation is writing. It's an artistic process as much as a mechanical one, and no two people are ever likely going to translate the same work the same way. We'll get to that idea and how it blew up in my face later in the story. But at the time, I heard that Hideo Kojima had a project he wanted me to translate, with the weird title of Metal Gear Solid. I flew to Tokyo to meet with him and discuss it. In his office, he talked to me about the game for a bit, and he showed me a table where he had an enormous Lego version of some of the game's environments, and how he used a tiny camera to move through the Lego tunnels to get a sense of the game's environments in 3D. It's actually fairly neat.
Interesting.
You can actually see how some of those camera movements he tried made it into the final game in the clip below. I'm not clicking that because I don't trust you.
That's an interesting link.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, it might be done because the link is dead. Oh, wait, no. This is the actual clip. I don't know what this is. This actually might have just been a GIF. That was exciting, or this was exciting. 3D games were not yet common at the time. It was clear that Metal Gear Solid was something very, very special, and a big departure from both Snatcher and Policenauts. I left with three massive blue 3-ring binders containing the script, art materials, and other supplemental notes. We also reminisced about our families a bit. His wife shares a name with mine. He asked about my daughter Zoe, who had been born shortly after that trip to Mount Fuji when I was still working for Konami. I believe he got the name of Zoe, or Zone of the Enders, from this conversation. It was an uncommon name at the time, and where else would he have gotten it? I had told everyone in the company about my new baby. Back in Massachusetts, I was faced with the daunting task of translating Metal Gear Solid's huge script. The first thing that was obvious to me was the massive amount of research Kojima did before building this world. There was all this military tech throughout the game, including specific gun names and details about how US nuclear weapons are locked down, background in the Cold War, Alaskan native tribes, special ops, psyops, you name it. And these were things that I knew nothing about when I started work on the translation. I had 6 months to finish the job. The clock was ticking, and I didn't know where to begin. I also knew that I couldn't just jump into a translation without first getting a deep look into the world that Kojima had been swimming in for years while conceiving Metal Gear Solid. People may have had a hard time really appreciating the fact that at the time, the internet was not the thing you know now. There was no YouTube, no Wikipedia, no Reddit. There were no other translations of similar works to reference. The word localization barely existed in the business in 1997. I was all on my own, and no one was looking over my shoulder. I ordered every book I could by an ex-Navy SEAL named Richard Marcinko? Probably Richard Marcinko, who wrote the autobiographical book Rogue Warrior, along with a collection of novels. I had the sense that that's what Kojima was going for, a gritty feeling of realism with touches of James Bond's gadgets and inventiveness. Yeah, no, that one I agree with. That one I actually do agree with, but we'll see.
This guy doesn't sound too horrible right now. When does he start getting horrible?
Right now, he's definitely blowing himself up ego-wise.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see his ego is definitely getting bloated.
But if I got to be naked inside a bathroom with Kojima, I'd probably be a little egotistical too.
Yeah,
I get that, but it's so with what we know now, seeing this is telling.
Yeah. And so I reread, and breathed those books for weeks, savoring the feel of that world and the flow of the soldiers' conversations with each other, including the sarcastic machismo? I'm definitely saying that wrong. Whatever. It was exhilarating. I was terrified. I spent my time going to libraries and bookstores for research while also watching war and spy movies to make sure I had the lingo down. I looked at the provided art from the games or from the game and imagine the characters speaking in their own voices as I breathed my English words into the script, trying to look past the Japanese words to capture the essence of each conversation. I was desperately trying to keep the feeling that Kojima was himself trying to inspire in players. I translated the work in the linear order of the story, so the very first thing I worked on was the opening scene. As Snake swims underwater into the docking bay of the nuclear weapons disposal facility, I had a VHS copy of the Japanese cutscenes, and I knew I had to absolutely nail the translation to set up the mood of the game. I loved what I was seeing, and I was already geeking out about what the game was doing. And even in those initial scenes, I felt like I had been given a serious responsibility, and I had the sense early that I was working on something special. Machismo? Okay, think macho. Yeah. Okay. There was so much to consider. What's up?
No, I was reading chat, sorry.
Okay. There was so much to consider. The tempo of the voices was tricky, and the overall length of the dialogue had to match the length of the scene. But what was much, much worse was that the Japanese word order is reversed when compared to English. I had to play with the dialogue quite a bit to match the words to the cuts and dissolves of the camera that was much more cinematic and active than in other games at the time. It's not like I could just change how a scene was edited to make it easier to translate. Imagine trying to rewrite dialogue in another language with completely different syntax while keeping the feeling of what was being said, without being able to change how long each line could be well spoken.
Well, that's why you don't rewrite, you translate.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I read the script over and over as I watched that VHS, teasing it into a dramatic, seamless presentation that worked with the visuals. In the end, I was convinced I'd done it good, maybe great, work on the translation. I continued along in this manner through all the cutscenes, watching the video and imagining the voices, the emotions, the motivations, and the style of the characters. I lived and breathed it all, and the excitement of doing the cutscenes gave me the power to slog through the hundreds of pages of less exciting codec and conversations. It was a massive job, the sort of thing that would be the work of an entire team today, but back then, it was just one guy in the US doing his best. I had never taken a job this size before. Vandal Hearts and Castlevania were tiny compared to Metal Gear Solid, and I was not experienced enough yet to know that I could have arranged a payment schedule with Konami so that I could get paid each month for hitting certain deadlines. Instead, I had no income for 7 to 8 months. I was to be paid the full amount when the job was finished. So, we were starving poor as I worked full-time on Metal Gear Solid. The days became shorter in the Massachusetts winter. There was no money at all, and the stress was off the charts. I worked in a tiny office the size of a small bathroom as the two kids played and cried outside the door. 3 feet away, the job had me on edge to the point I was taking diazepam, commonly known as Valium, to handle the stress. Ironically, that's the same drug that Snake takes in the game to keep his shooting hand from shaking. I was also smoking heavily like Snake, which is why lines like, "You don't know how good a cigarette tastes in the morning," ended up in the American release, even though it wasn't based on text from the Japanese version of the game. It was just something that was getting me through the experience, and I imagine Snake was dealing with stress in a similar way.
Wow.
Don't know about that one, buddy.
You just admitted to adding things that's not in the original script.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good time to talk for a minute about translation and the idea of originality. Oh no. Oh no.
How old is this, by the way?
This article was
2019.
2019.
Okay.
7 years ago.
Many people misunderstand this topic, and it's not surprising. There's not much solid information about how this process works, and there definitely wasn't during the time period I was working on Metal Gear Solid. Translation is not a science, it is an art. One must take liberties with the text to capture the essence of the words. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't.
And I think it's always the English ones always take creativity in their translations.
2019 was 7 years ago. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Frosty.
A year before Dragon Baby was founded. Yep.
That's crazy to think
Take
about.
liberties. How about no? In an attempt to recreate the feeling of the original for a very different audience with a very different cultural background, that essence is found less in the words themselves than in the spaces between the words. It is a tone, an ever-present unspoken attitude, and in this case, it was a very confident tone. It is the mark of a single hand that often gives the work integrity and power, and I didn't want to put my fingerprint on Metal Gear Solid. I wanted to imitate what I thought Kojima desired from the text. No, you need to do the translation properly and not imitate.
I mean, if you were
Dipshit.
that close to Kojima, like you said you were, you could just, hey, I need a clarification on this line you have regarding this scene on this character when he said this in Japanese. What do
Yep.
you mean by that?
Yep. A lot of it can be fixed by just asking, using your mouth, saying words.
Yeah. So did this guy get fired for doing this, or?
People said he got fired. He said that he quit.
So, what
Okay.
I have heard, which is definitely not going to be in this article, but what I have heard is that he did deliver the translation to Kojima. Kojima liked it. Kojima had a right-hand man at the time who was American. Well, no, spoke English. I don't know about American, just spoke English. And he read the script and took it back to Kojima and actually told Kojima what it was. And Kojima was so pissed, he demanded this guy be fired.
We saw the rest of the article will go through. Well, let's see what happens.
Yep.
Oh, I bet he used his mouth all right.
Excuse me.
Just what Frosty said in the chat.
Oh. I just lost where I was. Okay, there we go. I feel like I was inside his head during the project. Not unlike one of those FBI guys who tracks serial killers, and yet it became clear that Japanese culture is not as precise, brutal, or jaded about war as we're used to in the United States. This was true even in the years before our culture was shaken up by 9/11 and Abu Ghraib. Reading Rogue Warrior and other books helped me understand how the military speaks to itself, and I wanted to show that Snake and Colonel Campbell were professional soldiers. This had to come from how they spoke to each other and the other characters in the game. That meant that I, too, had to learn to talk like a professional soldier.
Go in the military. That's how you learn.
Yeah. What this meant for the script was that I had to come up with jargon to sell the image. No.
No?
I did my best. Kojima didn't use the term halo when he described jumping from high in the air and opening the chute at a low altitude to enter the site. This was also years before the Halo series debuted. But I found the term for a high altitude opening jump in my reading, and so it went into the game. When I read that Snake's earpiece was called a wireless, I tried to come up with something better for American players. I researched the problem for a significant amount of time before coming across something called a codec, and I thought that sounded cool. I had never heard the term before, but it sounded pretty official. You never heard the term before, but it's... Again,
Interesting.
this was the 90s. When Campbell told Snake that he would have to acquire locally for his weapons, I knew I needed something that sounded like military jargon. The only problem is that no one in real life would ever put themselves in this situation if they could help it. So I coined the term OSP, or on-site procurement, which is still used to this day. In addition to jargon, I used this opportunity to flesh out characters every chance I had. Too often, in translation, the meaning is kept, but all feeling is lost. It must be added back in by the translator, so I gave Snake amusing quips that were not in the original text.
Oh, so was his translation used in the game?
I don't believe so. Maybe parts of it
Okay.
was.
Because he says that on-site procurement and the codec was used. It's still being used today. Some of it was kept, obviously.
Yeah. But this, from what I have, from my understanding, based on what I've heard, Kojima didn't like it. Or, well, Kojima didn't like it after he was told exactly what was going on. And then they had another localization guy come in and basically look through this script and was like, okay, this, and this, and then kept the good parts, and then chucked everything else.
Okay.
One example would be when Campbell said, "I'm not a colonel anymore." In Japanese, I changed it to, "I'm not a colonel anymore, just a retired old warhorse." Why did they add that last bit when it wasn't in the
Why?
original? All I can say is that it felt right. It added flavor. We have a kind of shorthand to flesh out character archetypes in our culture, which are drawn from our shared memory of movies, TV, literature, and other forms of pop culture. That line matched what I could sense Kojima was doing in the creation of the character. That line matched what I could sense Kojima was doing in the creation of the character.
It was right for the archetype, and the American players would understand. Okay. Mhm.
It was right for the archetype, and the American players would understand a bit more about who Campbell was and how he acted. I was looking to enhance what Kojima was trying to do for the audience that would be playing his game in English, and added these small flourishes was a good way to do so. Here's another example, this time from Snake. Let me ask you which option sounds better. A, I'm just a guy who can only find meaning on the battlefield. B, I'm just a man who's good at what he does, killing. You can probably
Those two are
guess
different contexts.
those two are very different contexts. Yeah.
And not even context. A different theming for what a character should be.
You can probably guess that B is mine, and A is how my translation was improved from Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Here's another from Snake to Vulcan Raven regarding the Alaskan Olympics. A, with that strength, you must have been training in the stick pull and four-man carry. B, yeah, I know it. You must be a real threat to the muck tongue eating contests. The fuck?
Huh?
The fuck?
So B's are the B one is his.
Yes, B is his. A is what B was.
In this example, I threw away the line that did nothing except inform the reader of two more events that existed in the Alaskan Olympics. What?
Excuse me? Instead, I
hate
gave
this man.
I gave Snake a funnier line that establishes his character. Good choice, or unfaithful and worthy of condemnation. It's ultimately your call, but I stand by what I did in the game. And one more from Psycho Mantis.
You change his characters. What are you doing?
A, this is the first time I have ever used my power to help someone. It's strange. Such a nostalgic feeling. B, now this is Jeremy's. This is the first time I've ever used my power to help someone. It's strange. It feels kind of nice.
No. A is a better version of the character because it going back to the person's before they were whatever they were, before Psycho Mantis was Psycho Mantis. Oh, God. You're changing characters. You're changing the character archetype just because you felt like it.
Uh-huh. Naturally, B is mine. I removed the word nostalgic, a direct translation from the Japanese, because people who are feeling nostalgic don't normally say they are feeling nostalgic when they describe their emotions. We interpret other people as feeling nostalgic, but it's rarely how we describe ourselves. But both lines mean the same thing, more or less. No. When you translate, they need to do the same thing, not a more or less. Oh my god, I hate this man.
He's saying that people don't use the word nostalgia in the first person sense when that is given. That is actually false.
It is false, yeah.
Ugh,
Does it seem like I was being less faithful to the original by trying to find words that felt more natural to Western audiences? Yes. Yes, you were being less faithful. You dumb motherfucker.
He 100% was, yeah.
He changed the characters. He actually changed the characters and what they meant, what they said.
I've tried to explain where my mind was when I started the project and my level of enthusiasm, my efforts, and ultimately the decisions that led me to pissing off Kojima and not translating another game in the series. Here's what happened. As best as I can piece it together, the voiceover work was done in Los Angeles. As a scriptwriter, I sat next to the director and had one of the 3 microphones that let us speak to the actors. The director and the sound tech had the other 2. I went home when the recording was finished and the audio went to Japan. Where Kojima heard it, it was my understanding that he loved it. He enjoyed it so much that he decided he wanted to create a release called Metal Gear Solid Integral, so players could play the Japanese audio with English subtitles, or vice versa.
Oh.
I want to see the Japanese subtitles for that one.
That's not a small job. Every single English line had to be aligned with the Japanese dialogue, so everything flowed smoothly while it was being played. Whoever was assigned this job began to see the differences between the original Japanese writing and dialogue and the work I had turned in. I should mention how rare it is for the text for two markets to ever be in the same game, especially at that time. Until then, North American releases were for North America. Japan's voice acting and writing was for Japan, and so on. There was never a feeling that they needed to line up exactly, only that each had to offer a good experience for its particular market. From what I heard at the time, Kojima began to hear that his work had been tinkered with. I'd argue there might have been a lack of appreciation for the needs of localization due to his not being bilingual, but he was not happy. As a result, all future Metal Gear games would be closely monitored for fidelity to the original Japanese script.
Good.
Ed,
I mean, we know Kojima is a very egotistical person himself.
oh, he is.
But you don't fuck with a man's baby.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yep. Chaos Match for
Tail.
2. Fun fact, this maggot is related to the OG Meowth VA. Oh. Oh. And Noir 7774 for 5. I literally have had conversations about how the overture from Dragon Quest makes me feel nostalgic every time I hear it. Yeah, exactly. There are ways to use it. This guy is just a dumbass.
Yeah.
And with that, chat, we actually did hit the goal. So, the jacket comes off. Anyway, editorial note, Konami declined to comment when contacted about this story. No shit.
You're the one who wrote it, dumbass. Of course he wouldn't talk to you.
My cup is empty, Temp. I need milkies. This approach resulted in lines like, I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I will always be with you. Plant your roots in me. I won't see you end as ashes. You're all diamonds. Some players find this sort of dialogue endearing, but I'd argue that it could have been massaged a bit more for English-speaking players. That's not up to me. Although I'm very proud of the work I put into Metal Gear Solid, the reviews were very positive at the time, and many mentioned the quality of the translation and voiceover work in the game. Though the decisions I made cost me future work, I stand by my efforts, and I'm glad that I followed what thought to be ultimately the most sincere form of flattery and respect for the original. It wasn't flattery, and it wasn't respect.
It was major disrespect to the Japanese man.
As was that statement, Akko.
He was stuck in his own positive feedback loop. He couldn't see what he was doing.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Although the decision I made cost me future work, I stand by my efforts, and I'm glad that I followed what I thought to be ultimately the most sincere form of flattery and respect for the original, namely, to emulate the original feelings in assembly rather than to leave them as broken bits, drained of the color that was so clear in the original Japanese writing. Some might say that it was ego or conceit behind my choices. And yes, I did the same thing with the "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets" line in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, by the way. Oh, you did that line.
Now, what was the original Japanese?
So there's some slight sound glitches. Okay, so the Japanese version, "Begone, this world is not yours to live in. It is not by my power that I am revived. It is because of the greedy humans that I live once more. Might is the one and only justice that exists after all. That's nothing but your self-centered interpretation. Guided by common beliefs, people seek each other out. Gather together and move forward. However, it is not true that greed has driven the humans' development. And that faith has led them. Power alone cannot lead people. Respect and a loving heart are what truly led humanity. Foolish drivel. I will prove to you which of us is right. With death." So that was the Japanese dialogue between Richter and Dracula in the Japanese version of Symphony of the Night. The English version, which was done by this whatever he is. Die Monster, you don't belong in this world.
Oh my god.
It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Tribute. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. Perhaps the same could be said of all the religions. Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets? But enough talk. Have at you. No. I much prefer the Japanese one. Japanese one is completely better.
Let's say that the English one was good versus evil, like obviously Dracula evil. The original one was a argument of philosophies. Yeah. Which one? Yeah. Which way of leading is better? One with power, yeah, or one with passion and trust.
Yeah,
power, obviously.
Yeah, I absolutely much prefer the Japanese translation or Japanese version than the translated version.
Apparently, according to someone, there was a retranslation of it.
I'm not surprised.
Where was that comment? From GTA Driver. Now I'm kind of glad the retranslation replaced Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, and what Temp first read sounds similar to the Dracula X Chronicles redo that replaced the OG script. That is very altered and comes off as Dracula being pretentious as fuck. Dracula was never actually pretentious. He, not in the way that the English version makes him sound.
No, God, no.
Now you can see What is a Man referenced as a meme all over the internet, on t-shirts, even in other games. Naturally, this delights me for egotistical reasons. It's ridiculous to see that my reference of an obscure line by a man named Andre Malraux has come to be much more well-known than the original, but I also think it illuminates a larger issue, the role and power of the translator. Oh, God. Chaos Smash for 5, people say that the English version is better because it sounds cheesy, are scum of the earth. Yeah, no, I
forgot this is back before the time when people can actually write stories in games without having them be just subpar. It sounded like the Japanese script was actually trying to make an actual compelling story instead of just kill a big vampire.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. It's really sad that the guy thinks that Americans are that stupid.
Yeah, he is pretty much calling Americans stupid here.
Mm-hmm.
Fidelity to meaning alone in translation is a kind of betrayal. Paul Valery. Before Twitter and its legions of armchair quarterbacks with the luxury of spending much more time reviewing translations than the original translators had in doing them, our main concern was an honest desire to make a fun and entertaining game for a local audience. To this day, I believe the best translators are writers who take on what is an impossible task and do their best to satisfy several masters: the audience, the original author, and the marketplace. Looking back at the whole thing, yes, there were mistakes and bad choices as well as successful ones, but that's art. Translation isn't science, and after 20 years of Metal Gear Solid success, I think I must have done a pretty good job. If nothing else, I was able to be at least a small part of gaming history, and how many people are able to say that? You should not be able to say that because that was bad.
That was very bad. Yeah, I agree.
So this is the man that did the English translation for Yunyun Syndrome, Rhythm Psychosis.
Mm-hmm. So he specifically did it?
Yes.
His team did.
Yeah. So chat, if anyone wants to go buy this game, it is on sale right now until May 7th.
I think the developer is still actively trying to fix the translations of the mistakes of the other game.
Correct. So everything is not fixed yet, but they are working on fixing them right now. So if this is more your cup of tea, I would recommend picking it up. I actually might pick it up, or unless, I don't know.
It is a rhythm game.
It is a rhythm game, so yeah.
I was going to say it's a rhythm game, so I don't know.
But I feel like part of me wants to support the efforts of the original dev team trying to fix these mistakes.
I'll wait for a couple more patches before picking it up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
On my wish list real quick.
So, yeah, things are not doing good there.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's kind of mask off about a lot of this stuff, though.
On the same note of Japan, we're gonna kind of blitz through some of these other things because it is close to 3 hours, and I can hear Akko is dozing off.
It is almost 1 o'clock. Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you always pick on me?
Because you are the one that is very obvious.
Cyberbullying and harassment.
It's not so much picking on you, Akko. It's trying to get done with it so you can actually get some sleep.
No, I think Temp is just upset that I get tired faster.
I wouldn't say. I don't say it does that.
Thank you,
Granted,
Avenge.
I live 3 hours ahead of him, so.
Thank you,
I do
Avenge,
too.
for re-upping your membership. I greatly appreciate it. Akko, you always get sleepy first. This is true. Akko does.
It's almost like between all of us, Akko has a job he needs to wake up to.
Exactly. I actually have stuff to do, Tim.
That's why I can't get mad at him for being tired.
No, I can't get mad at him either. But I don't want to keep Akko here too long while he needs to sleep. So, another thing from Japanese, former Japanese television presenter and YouTuber Kanon Aoki has warned that X's automatic translation tool is damaging Japan's international reputation as a polite and harmonious society. She explains that the feature now exposes blunt or negative online comments from some Japanese users to global audiences, revealing opinions on topics like tourism and cultural norms that were previously hidden by language barriers. Cope and Steve.
There's only a few groups of people that are mad about that. Glow people fucking glow.
Yeah. Avenged for
I
5.
think it's amazing.
The scariest part is that these people think they're doing the right thing. They do. And it's disgusting.
Yeah, and we're like Japan even more.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're going to kind of prioritize a couple of specific things.
I'll be kidding.
Here's one that I think is definitely needs to be brought up. The Venom spin-off Spider-Man game at Insomniac was canceled due to the death of Tony Todd. Miles Morales' voice, Najid Jeter, has confirmed the news. So the Venom spin-off game that people had been assuming was in active development is canceled.
Okay.
Which is it is both a shame and I'm glad it's canceled. Because after Spider-Man 2, I wouldn't want it.
Oh, it's him. That's why I knew his name from somewhere.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Tony Todd is a huge name in horror.
Yeah.
In fact, what I know him best from was actually the Arrowverse Flash show, where he voiced Zoom. And he nailed that. So good.
Yeah, it's hard to replace people like that, so I get why they can't. But
yeah, his Tony Todd's voice is very much in the same vein of
Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick is one.
Really?
I actually am not gonna go on this. I'm not gonna say Lance. Actually, I agree with Magma, but I'm blanking on his name, and I should not be blanking on his name because he's really, really popular.
Give me a role he played.
James Earl Jones. It's that kind of like you cannot replicate this.
Yeah.
Not easily, no.
Like there's a reason Jones is allowing his voice to be used in AI because he knows that, or he knew that his voice was iconic enough that no one could really get that level. Like there have been actors that have emulated it and have done very, very well. But you can never get the original without the original. And Tony Todd is very much in the same vein. Yeah, it's a VA you can't replace. Yeah. Keith David is another one. Yep, Keith David is absolutely another one.
Yeah, but he's still alive.
He's still
thankfully.
alive, yeah. For people who are interested, why did you go to that one? Zenless Zone Zero is coming to Steam.
Woo.
Okay.
If that is your cup of tea, it's coming to Steam. Cool. Hey Akko, since you're tired,
Yeah.
how is your stomach?
Why my stomach?
Domino's Japan has announced a massive ultra cheese pizza that uses 2 pounds of mozzarella.
Oh, I would totally.
Boys, we're going to Japan.
I would totally listen. You can kind of do that right
You
now.
can kind of.
Jazz Domino's for extra cheese.
Extra cheese. How much cheese? Yes.
I mean, I'd eat it. I'd 100% eat it.
Don't say you wouldn't.
I would totally do it.
People around me is gonna hate me the next day, but goddamn,
It'd be so worth it. I'd eat it and not shit for a week.
Give
Man,
me
that's
that.
gross.
Yay,
You're acting
constipation!
that's like Ham Planet speak right there.
Oh. And obviously, we did not talk about it yet, and I mentioned we would. Who's ready for drama round 2?
Oh yay!
I am ready for Silvervale to not get bullied this time. Although I don't think a lot of people really care because of how she treated people last year. So
No, but a lot of people still care and still watch about Silvervale.
Yeah.
Right now, people are going to watch if a certain teacup will be playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not a teacup no more.
She's still a teacup.
Who?
Kenya.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
People never forgive and never forget, and that's one thing I will never forget.
Noir for 5. Cue the chubby Electron Man ranting about cheese caves. What? Hold on.
The Electron.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I am unfamiliar.
I know I bought Hogwarts Legacy because people were reeing on the internet because J.K. Rowling. I'm not a Wendigoon. Oh. Okay.
Did he care?
No idea. You don't know about the cheese caves? I don't know about the cheese caves.
I do.
So the cheese caves is one of his videos you talked about. The cheese reserve.
Oh, okay.
I'm familiar with the cheese caves.
Yeah. The U.S. has 2
Tell them.
billion pounds of cheese bunkers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Backup cheese.
Pretty much. So, I played the first Hogwarts Legacy because of the drama behind it. I'm not someone who really cares for Harry Potter. In fact, Akko took me through all the movies, and I'm like, I had fun, but meh.
Yeah, Temp doesn't really give that much for crap.
I really
Just
don't.
fair.
They are entertaining.
Yeah, that was it. It's like, it's fine. But I played Hogwarts Legacy, and ironically, Akko, at least between me and Akko is the Harry Potter nerd. Akko has yet to finish Hogwarts Legacy. I've already finished it.
I just haven't given a listen. You know how many games I need to finish?
You know how many games I need to finish? That's no excuse anymore.
No, it's a pretty good excuse, Temp. I have a job.
So do I.
You have a job that allows you to be at home all day and have your computer on 24/7.
He's got you there.
He does.
You can't say that like your job is like way harder than mine in that respect.
Well, so Magma, how's your backlog?
Actually, I'm not doing terrible, honestly. I'm working through it. But it also helps the majority of the games with sandboxes.
Yeah. So, I will probably play Hogwarts Legacy too. Mostly to continue to make other people mad.
To own the lefty chuds.
Yep. Maybe we'll stream it. I don't know. I wasn't streaming when it came out. When the first one came out. So, that's happening. Who's excited for a whole another wave of drama?
Oh, there already is drama.
Yeah, there already is. Oh goodness. The Steam controller was leaked this week.
I saw that. Yeah.
Why are you going to that one? Oh, I just noticed something. VTube Studio
What?
just had a heart attack.
Oh, it did? Oh, it did. It's not even the maintenance period.
Try and join again. Or don't, I can bring up models, or I can bring up PNGs.
I mean, we're
Save
almost
close
done.
It's up to you two. I don't care.
Aha! The fox returns.
They got raptured. Oh no.
The accident was years ago. Temp, you gotta move on.
Oh goodness.
I wonder how many people actually noticed something about my model.
Your collar's off.
Yes. I took it off when you took your jacket off.
Fair. Akko's PNG is not showing up. Oh well.
Oh no.
That's fine. I'll do it later. Anyway, so the Steam controller got a massive leak this week. Valve's new Steam controller will launch at $99, according to an early review. That's $25 more than the standard DualSense controller. It does feature dual trackpads, magnetic TMR, Hall effect thumbsticks. Okay, so this is one thing that Pirate Nation got wrong. You cannot have Hall effect sticks and TMR sticks.
So which is it?
They have TMR sticks. TMR is better than Hall effect.
Okay.
HD rumble and 4 rear back buttons. So that's happening. The fact that a review basically got posted before embargo was up, it was quickly removed because apparently it was accidental. It wasn't like intentional.
They probably set their the video date
Yeah.
a couple days ahead
Yep.
instead of the date.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It happens.
If I wake up tomorrow and I see that on Steam, I'm like, okay, buy ship now, please, because
Yep.
you know the troubles I'm having with my controller.
Yeah, I know. The previous guy was ousted. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. But I am glad that at least it is. The fact that we're starting to see reviews existing now means it is in people's hands, meaning we are probably imminently awaiting an announcement for a release date.
For the Steam machine.
For the Steam controller.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was one thing I wanted to get to, but we weren't able to get to it tonight, and that was the Fallout New Vegas stuff. And oh my god.
What happened to New Vegas? Oh, talking about the
Well,
one guy that still works with Bethesda got sat down. Like, this is what you did wrong.
Yeah, Fallout New Vegas dev says Bethesda made the studio sit through a whole PowerPoint about all the things Obsidian did wrong.
Wait, really?
Apparently.
You don't hate Bethesda enough.
I have a
That's
full
amazing.
article for it. Maybe we'll just do a video on it, chat. Maybe we'll have a video in the next couple days for it.
I
See.
can't. I almost can't believe that exists.
So
Have you read through the article, Temp?
no, I haven't.
Okay,
I was
I'll-
intending to read through it tonight, but
It's 1:00.
yeah, we're not doing that tonight. But it's there. We'll read it eventually. Let's see. This is what I was saying. Like, there's just so much in Dogwave. Here we go. PlayStation has started emailing adult accounts in the UK and Ireland asking them to verify their age. You can scan a QR code with your phone and confirm your age using a mobile number, a government ID, or a quick face scan with a company called Yoti. It's optional for now, but from June 2026, you'll need to do it to use voice chat, text messaging, parties, and other communication features. You can still play games and buy stuff normally if you skip it. This change is to follow the UK's Online Safety Act and help protect younger players online.
No, that's not protecting anyone. It's not. You're never going to stop any crime like that.
No, you're not.
It's never. That's just control.
Noir for 2. I love how Bethesda pretends they made Fallout. Yeah. Meanwhile, the guy they sat down to tell they did the damn thing wrong was the guy that created Fallout.
Was it fucking really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really that surprised.
I'm not either. But this is not the only crap that Sony got into this week. In fact, it gets worse. And this is where we're gonna end it because this is big enough. Someone says a potential major DRM issue rolled out by PlayStation and Xbox as well, allegedly. All new PSN purchases now have a 30-day validation countdown. Already investigating to find out more details. This person responds saying, I've also been experimenting with this, and I can confirm that if your CMOS battery dies, any digital game with a timer becomes unplayable again, even if the console is set as the primary. This is a digital game I purchased with money yesterday. I didn't claim it with PlayStation Plus. And it literally says here, you cannot use the content. To use this content, you must set the date and time using the internet.
It's DRM.
It's DRM. Yeah. I got
Yes,
multiple digital games yesterday, including some paid ones and free demos, and all of them have a 30-day timer. The last game I purchased before yesterday, Newer Grave, which was on March 2nd, does not have the timer and still works on a dead battery. One thing I'm still wondering for myself is whether or not the timer goes away once the 30 days are up, or if it just resets back to the start. I'll have to actually wait 30 days to see what happens, though. So, we'll definitely be talking about this if that changes in a month.
I know Sony tried to claim that it was a mistake, but
bullshit. This is a mistake. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You do not have this whole UI set up for a mistake. No.
No, you don't.
Absolutely not. Otherwise, chat, that is where we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
In fact, okay, so here, okay, so, I would say that's where we're gonna end it, but it's a continuation from this. Do you understand what happened to PlayStation yesterday? They quietly turned your game purchases into a 30-day subscription. No announcement, no warning. You didn't rent it, you bought it. Every new PSN purchase now has a 30-day validation timer. Timer hits 0 equals game locked. CMOS battery dies equals game locked. No internet for a month, game locked. Even free demos have a timer now. Game bought March 2nd, no timer, works forever. Game bought April 24th, expires May 24th. They didn't patch a bug. They shipped this on purpose. Digital ownership just died. They didn't even tell you. Yep.
I think without updating their terms of
Their
service.
terms of service. Well, it's possible they didn't do it. It's possible that they did it previously and you just don't know about it.
That's possible. Yeah.
Someone look through the recent terms of service to see if something like that is possible. What they did, because if not, that is grounds for a lawsuit.
Yep, absolutely.
Especially for developers, because they want to be getting their money for that. Then
exactly.
You
know. Otherwise, chat, that is where we're gonna end it. I'm gonna let these two get some sleep. I'm gonna do this first, chat. As a reminder, if you like the content I produce, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, join the Discord, as it does mean is the best place to go live. Sorry. And you should also become a member of the channel, where you get access to dog emotes,
rare
dogs.
Yeah. Ending on disappointment. Sorry.
Members only videos, streams, etc. And if you want another way to support me as well, in the description below, there is my Ko-Fi link and there is my Throne. Both of those are there. What are you both doing next week?
Rose. Oh, sorry, you go first. I go.
I'm just returning to normal, honestly. Mostly just returning to normal for me. You know.
Oh.
And then how about you, Magma?
Tomorrow I'm playing Windrose. I believe Wednesday we agreed to do some party games.
Yep, we're doing party animals.
Friday I'm continuing my adventure in the realm of the French, being continuing Expedition 33.
Great. As a reminder, chat, if you want to go see all of this from Magma's perspective, I highly recommend you go follow Magma. Magma is close to 200 subs. Magma will be hitting his 1-year streaming anniversary next month. So if we can get Magma to 200 before then,
Congratulations.
that would be fantastic.
June 9th.
As far as what I'm doing next week, but there's a big shift up this week. Wednesday we are doing Party Animals Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Friday I have made the ultimate decision to cancel the Okami playthrough. Mostly because I now have monetization and Capcom is being real funky with its music in that game. So I've decided to just not bother anymore. We're not worrying about it. So I'll figure something out. But that does mean this Friday is an open slot. I may end up doing something different before we go back to Resident Evil 4 Remake. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do more Monster Hunter Rise. Maybe we'll jump back into 14 with the streaming character. Maybe we'll do something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And then Saturday is more Resident Evil 6. God, that game is awful.
Don't forget, subscribe to Akka too.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Sunday's Dogwave.
How you vote eugenics? Of course you do, Lobstarter.
All right. Where am I going to send you all tonight? I want to send
Who's
you guys
live?
somewhere good.
Mizu's live right now.
Mizu is live. Okay. Redirect. You know what? As much as I want to send you all to Mizu, I'm sending you somewhere else.
Oh, really?
I'm going to send you all. Oh, wait, no. No, he should be live now. Let me double check before I send you there. He is. Okay. On YouTube, I am sending you all to Words of Paradise. And on Twitch, I'm going to send you over to Mizu. I know you all can hear that. It's fine.
Click.
Okay. So yeah, chat, go hang out with Mizu, go hang out with Leon. I will see you all on Wednesday. Behave for both of them. And I will see you all on Wednesday, chat. You all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all then. Have a good night.
Yeah, have fun, guys.
Have a good night, guys.